Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And then, yeah. But also,
Okay.
yeah.
Hello.
Hey, how's it going?
Day 2. This is Reese. No, because like I don't live stream much on there, so my Twitch audience is ready for it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
just to introduce myself, I'm with Progressive Victory. I'm doing canvassing operations out of Ohio. We're knocking a lot of doors, trying to fix gerrymandering and some of the other stuff that's happening out there. So it's a lot of fun. And I was just about to bring up ranked choice because do you know anything? Local Ohio politics is probably not like most people's forte, but do you know what Ohio has a house rule? Have you heard of that before?
no.
Okay. So they have a thing where basically municipalities are able to establish their own sort of how they do elections. And so some places will be like, okay, well, we want to use like ranked choice. And right now, there's currently people who are like winning elections with like 22% of the vote.
Yeah.
Which is like crazy, sometimes even less.
Oh yeah.
And so a bunch of people were trying to establish ranked choice, but the current state legislature was like, we don't like this. So they're trying to push something through which would effectively ban ranked choice voting. But they realized that, wait, this would go against Ohio's House rule.
It would.
Where they have let the municipalities decide. So they said, okay, we can't just ban it. What we're going to do is any district who uses ranked choice, we'll just remove all their funding.
Okay. So de facto, they're basically making it illegal.
Yeah, basically making it illegal.
That's shady. I know a lot of states. I know Oregon municipalities decide how elections are run. Like my favorite type of voting is actually star voting. Have you heard of star voting?
I have, but might as well run through it again.
Yeah, just it's an acronym that stands for score, then automatic runoff. So it's a combination of the first round where you actually vote. You have like let's say 5 candidates. You don't rank them, you score them, and usually it's a scale still of 1 through 5. But you can rank multiple candidates 5. You can rank them all. Actually, they have 0 as well. So 0 through 5. So yeah, you can mark 0 for what's his name from North Carolina, the governor, crazy guy running for governor. And then so the score. Then the second round, based on the scores, then it's a head-to-head of the top.
The top few.
The top, 2. Yeah. Okay. So it hasn't been tried much, but it was on the ballot in Eugene, Oregon, and it narrowly was defeated this past year. So, but most people just don't understand it. They don't know about it.
Yeah.
Ranked choice voting is fine too. I just think star voting is better.
Yeah. So my only like question, which I feel like would be solved by like trying it out, is wouldn't that incentivize people to always put like 0 for what isn't their first pick? So if someone has a first pick, wouldn't that incentivize them to just like 0 out all the other ones, so that other one might not, beat them who might otherwise get second place?
Yeah, that's a possibility, but that's a possibility with any type of voting.
Yeah.
Because the whole point of voting should be, in my opinion, to vote for someone, not against.
Yeah.
But actually, when most people go to the polls, the research, at least I've seen, shows that people are actually more voting often against another side.
Yeah.
And so, with ranked choice voting, you can strategically do it that way too. You can rank it's not really about who's the top choice or your least favorite choice, but like everybody in between. Like you can do some maneuvering, or you can weaken the power of the side you don't like. Score voting just in it by itself, I think, is also better than ranked choice voting too, because like you're actually it's forcing the voter to put a value on a candidate
rather than comparing them to the other candidates.
Exactly. Yeah. So, no voting system is perfect, but they're all way better than plurality voting, what we have right now. Which winner takes all, basically.
Especially the ones that don't require 50% for a win. Like I'm okay with like runoffs. They're expensive, but like at least there's runoff. When it's like, oh, this person got 19% and there was 10 other candidates, so they win. That always like blows my mind that people are just like, yeah, let's run that.
Yeah, I mean, the other thing, well, I mean, like, we have opinions on generally a lot of candidates, not just two. And so I think I always brought up the examples when I did previous elections, you know, like 2020 especially, you had like 27 different, at least 27 different candidates that were trying to get the nomination for the Democratic side. You even had multiple on the Republican side voting to run against Trump. And yeah, like we all have, I mean, if you pay attention just a little bit, you have an opinion about every single one. You listen to them speak, and you know, okay, this is where they're on the issues. So yeah, like, I mean, does it force the voter to have to do more research and work on their end? Yeah. But they should be educated when they vote. They shouldn't just like go. So, so how is it like? Is momentum building in Ohio for this to pass?
I have to check the current state legislature. I think they put it on pause, I believe, in the Senate because we went there and a lot of people were testifying against it, like bipartisanly. So we think it's pretty stalled out for now. But I'll have to check up on it, see if anything has changed lately. But I think for me the biggest boon with ranked choice that I feel like there's probably a way to incorporate it into STAR is that there's instantaneous, like a series of runoffs rather than just one, in the sense that even if you vote someone as your second, right, as long as you don't get as long as your candidate doesn't ever have the lowest amount of first votes, they won't get removed. So with at least the iterations that I've seen, they have
that's usually
all the candidates, and then whoever has the lowest total first place, they remove them, and no one else's like votes are counted until their secondary or third, until their first person is removed. So it makes it a little bit more difficult to have it adversely affect them.
Yeah, and I just think it's a little bit foolish to assume that somebody's going to be 100% happy with any politician. Like, you're always going to disagree with somebody. And so, like, when you have a system that's just binary, either or, lesser of the two evils often, it's just so discouraging to voter turnout. So I actually argue that people are more motivated to vote if they can score them or rank them. It is weird that like a candidate who has 25% of the total vote can win, like what we saw in Alaska. Mary Pola, I think is her name. She benefited from the fact that so many Republicans actually didn't like Sarah Palin, and so they ranked her, the Democrat, higher than Republican Sarah Palin, and that's why Palin lost and Petula won. Well, yeah, she was a minority candidate, but the bottom line is, like, do you see all these uprisings in Alaska right now? Like, she's the worst politician ever? No. I mean, Abraham Lincoln was also a minority candidate, by the way. He only got like 39% of the popular vote. So I just think people focus too much on that too. Like, well, we want a majority. Well, I don't know. Like, you're thinking about it all wrong, in my view.
And I feel like one of the best perks on like a meta level is that it forces politicians to campaign in a way that's non-adversarial.
Exactly.
So, because if you're very friendly with this person and you show what you have in common instead of what you hate about each other, then their people are more likely to put you in the next place or rank you higher. So in all these situations, I feel like that's the real winner. Because the politicians are no longer incentivized to incentivize divide between us and like force that hate for these small disagreements.
And therefore, as a society, we're less divided.
Yeah.
And even the media landscape that we're around right now, like they're like, oh crap, well, I guess it's everything has to be more complicated now. It has to be issue by issue versus another person. Even I noticed, like, if you notice the coverage of third-party candidates, obviously Robert Kennedy Jr. is the biggest third-party candidate, but they always have a hard time covering him. They're just like, oh, well, is he taking more votes away from the Democrats or the Republicans? And oftentimes it's both. And the media has a hard time. The media, journalists have a hard time. Like, whoa, dang, who are these voters? It makes them kind of forced to like, because often voters are oversimplified as well. Like we're complicated.
Yeah.
Are you a voter? Yeah, we're all voters here, right? Yeah, I think so. We're complicated people.
Hopefully.
Yeah, we have issues that on a spectrum, not just, and so I feel like these voting reforms will also make that better too, that politicians will understand voters better.
Yeah.
So.
And also speaking to that like perfect alignment, I feel like anybody who has significant political views, like in-depth, not just like surface level political views, if you talk with anyone, like any one of your friends for long enough, there's going to be something you disagree with. There's going to be a position that you guys are like, you don't see eye to eye on. There's like no person who's going to match everything you believe 100%.
But also, the longer you talk with somebody, the more you have in common, we find. Because you mentioned the superficiality of like, I'm like, oh, there's them. Like, they clearly are this, and this, so I don't want to associate with them. Like, come on, like, I bet you there's lots of stuff you agree with about you just,
Yeah. Yeah, I'm definitely not going to, like, there's definitely some things that, there are beliefs that people have that I'm like, okay, I'm not going to associate with you. But I feel like people do that for far too many, There's a lot of things that could be talked through or talked about, or even just be like, respect people that have different opinions,
Yeah. Yeah, I guess that exception is like the person who is promoting hate.
Yeah.
That's pretty universal to me. Like, if you're promoting hate and dehumanization, it's like, yeah, I think that's a good rule of thumb. You're not coming in good faith. But there are lots of people, like, I notice there's a few conservative outlets here that seem to be, I don't know why they're here, but maybe if you want to presume, like, maybe they're coming in good faith. They're trying to understand. They're trying to find out what really matters to Democratic voters.
Yeah, I'm definitely watching the Fox recap of the DNC every day. No? But
well, it is always interesting to see what they decide to focus on. Yeah. Oh yeah, did you catch many of the speeches?
Yeah. We were in the arena for a bit. It was
nice.
Great.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really exciting. Oh man.
What was your favorite speech?
Hold on. It's tough.
You could be multiple ones.
The problem is, like, thinking about it, maybe this is true for a lot of people, but it's not. The speeches, I don't have a specific favorite one for content, but for the presentation, right?
Yeah, that's really what it mostly is anyway.
So, a lot of them had pretty similar content, but I feel like Warnock did a really great job with exciting everyone, making everyone feel more hyped and excited about everything happening.
Yeah, he had religious overtones. Obviously,
there was a stand, the same
quoting
stand
the
at McCormick Place.
The Bible and
At a Chicago hot dog.
oh, that voice is bright.
No ketchup.
And for a long time, that needed to be heard, and like just the way he presented, kind of how Donald Trump is not somebody who is who is one of us, like the working class. And when we say the working class, we're really talking about more than 99% of us, you know. Like they always like try to make it seem like the working class is this very specific voting block of like, no, most of us are just grinding and out. We're all hustling, trying to make money in different ways. It's so, but I felt like he and then AOC, she did great
I was gonna
too.
say she said
it's a lot of the same stuff he did, but with like more passion.
Yeah, I think I remember one of her quotes at the beginning was like, "People are telling me to go back to being a bartender," and like,
yes,
I don't care. I would, you know, like there's nothing wrong with working for a living, like, you know, not actually, but you know, fuck you for that, like
dehumanizing being a waiter. I was a waiter. Shout out to all my folks at IHOP, Kansas City.
Oh man, I've worked in a bunch of food service. Sometimes it's great. Sometimes it's really rough.
Yeah, sometimes if you have good enough people, it's actually pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I think honestly, like how the people make or break it. I've had like one place they just like were like, you know, you're not gonna get a break unless you work 8-hour shift. And then they would schedule me for like 7-hour and 30-minute shifts, so they didn't have to give me a break.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah, that's why Walmart. When I worked at Walmart, they would. It's like, can I get some full time? I might want to go full time this summer, and like, no, we don't do full time. What? Why? Well, then we have to pay you benefits, you know, and all that. So no, you can do, what was it, 33 hour or whatever the max was a part-time worker could do. So that's what I did. Yeah.
Yeah, that's rough. I guess they just, you know, not wanting to pay benefits, and then health insurance is also a mess. Another topic for politics. Is there any like particular states that you're really following this year or really into?
North Carolina. I really think it's the demographics have shifted so much there that I think it is going to flip, especially combined with a very unlikable Republican candidate for governor.
Oh yeah.
And that's going to motivate people, Democrats, to show up to vote. Also, it's like it'd be interesting to see like Florida, because I feel like Florida might be going. I know it's been going redder and redder in recent years, but I think that's definitely going to stop this year because abortion is on the ballot.
Oh yeah.
As they say. What do you think? What states are Ohio? Are you looking?
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Ohio. I mean, there's the Supreme Court races and then the senatorial race, which are the big ones. Right now,
Supreme Court races just sound so weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Ohio. It's interesting because Ohio's 3 new Supreme Court justices this year.
Wow.
They have age limits and they have terms.
Nice.
So, which is interesting. They recently added political parties to justices, which I think overall I'm against. But I feel like it's something that I could be swayed on because I feel in an ideal world I'd be against it because I think judges shouldn't bring that into anything.
Yeah.
I think it should be based on, you know, legislation, right? They're not writing laws, they're interpreting them. So like you'd think that there should be an unbiased way to interpret things, but
there's not.
Yeah.
So it's at least maybe the argument to have it is that at least we know where they're coming from ahead of time. But yeah, they do get pigeonholed. That's why I hate to be labeled by any label. Yeah, like although you certainly label me, don't you? Yeah.
And especially the thing that totally silly but kind of made me upset was the absurd recent court case that the Ohio Supreme Court had, where they said that boneless wings can have bones in them. Did you hear about that?
Oh, I heard about that. Yeah, that was so weird.
It sounds like it's a meme. Like I heard about it. I'm like, what are you talking about? But
so what's the backstory on that again? Like why would...
So basically the short version is someone had a boneless wing and it had like, I think it was 1.5 inches bone in it. and when they swallowed, it got lodged in their throat, and it got infected, and they needed to have like 2 surgeries to actually recover most of the way.
Wow.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Which is pretty crazy. And so to do all that.
John Legend. The legendary John Legend. Wow. Getting a crowd of people following him.
But yeah, sorry.
You distracted by John.
But yeah, and then the Supreme Court was like,
John Legend.
no, I don't think boneless needs to not have incident. So, poor guy.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's kind of sad for that.
That's an insane amount of medical bills,
This white line here. Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah, sure.
Oh yeah, we could.
Yeah, we don't want John Legend to trip. Yeah. See what I did? That's my tripod. Yeah. It's in the lines. Okay.
Oh yeah, I think maybe the light also.
Oh crap! All right. So yeah, a little behind the scenes action there. If you're just joining us, I'm at the DNC. We're at the DNC.
Lots of people here. You just see all sorts of like random musicians, general famous people, and then also really famous politicians just casually walk by all the time. So
yeah, so we're a little distracted sometimes.
Yeah. But yeah, so after that, we were like, damn. Now we're on Cincinnati. We're right on the border in Kentucky, and now every time we're like, kind of feel like some wings. We're like, okay, we'll just go into Kentucky. We'll just like go right over the border.
Yeah.
Because
I should. I used to make videos comparing states, and that's definitely something I would have put in one of those videos. I compared Ohio to Pennsylvania, though, not Kentucky. Mm-hmm. I compared Kentucky to Tennessee, which, you always look at, like, how do I decide this? Like, which states to I mean, a lot of times it's rivalries, but, yeah. Sometimes the laws can make for a fun video, the weird law differences.
Yeah. What are like some of the craziest ones that you've seen?
Like as far as comparisons, bordering
comparisons
states
or laws.
I mean, like the first one I ever did was not Arizona. It was Utah and Nevada, just because like 2 wildly different places, both in the desert, yes, both sparsely populated, but like Las Vegas and the land of sin, and Nevada, where you have legal prostitution, legal gambling everywhere, and then you go over to Utah, and it's like it's the lowest crime rate and safest state in the country. Not saying that like gambling causes all these other things or whatever, but just also like you got the Church of Latter-day Saints there. Like it made for a fun video.
Yeah, the most Mormon spot in the country.
Yeah.
I remember. This is something that I remember hearing in like high school, so I don't know if there's any fact check behind it, but I remember hearing that like the homeless population in Utah had like the highest net income of any homeless population in other states because of how much people give away. Yeah.
Huh.
Which because how many people are so religious there.
Yeah.
But
that's interesting.
Yeah. I've lived in Vegas for like the last 5 years.
Oh.
Yeah.
Nice.
So,
fortunately,
fortunately, I don't care about gambling. So
yeah.
I don't lose all my money to it. And then all these people come over and they pay, so I don't have to pay state taxes. It's great.
Yes.
They waste all their money gambling, and then we have great roads and stuff.
See, in Kansas, we don't get tourists. So, like, that's a big struggle. They've been trying to, like, I think we're usually ranked either last or second to last in terms of tourists. And so that revenue isn't there. And And like in my city, a lot of times they're relying heavily on people arriving for special events and sporting events and stuff, and so they jack up the sales taxes for that.
What sporting events do they have?
College basketball and football.
okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna say like even is it NFR, the rodeo that goes around? That one seems to be massive wherever they go. Like they come through Vegas and here and there, and then in Texas.
Yeah. You would think they would go through Kansas, but I'm not aware of it.
Oh, okay. Maybe. Actually, I only saw it in like Dallas and Las Vegas. Maybe they go to specifically touristy cities.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was
tough.
In Vegas though. It was super crazy during the pandemic because everyone, like, there was no more tourism. Like no one was flying in, so like the whole strip was like a ghost town. It felt like you were in like I Am Legend or whatever.
Yeah. I saw some of that footage in New York as well when they shut it all down. That was definitely creepy.
Hold on a second. I gotta make sure because I think Sam might be here soon. Oh yeah, hold on. Sam just messaged me. He needs his badge. Yeah, I'm gonna run out, give that to him.
So we will be having special guests all day, and I'm checking my text right now for that. Okay.
Hear about the craziness of the protest yesterday?
No, how'd the protests go yesterday?
Well, apparently they were like, somebody didn't get past the first.
I don't think she wanted to hop on.
Yeah, so apparently yesterday with all the protests, they got past like the first barrier. We were able to like push past, and a bunch of them got arrested and stuff. And then a whole bunch of delegates got held up. They like were stuck like outside the perimeter.
Yeah, one of them was supposed to be. I was supposed to interview them.
Yeah, and they were held up because the protesters are like so aggressive already.
Did
Which I
anybody
feel like
get?
it's a Monday afternoon yesterday. I feel like not a good sign for the rest of the week. But maybe it'll like chill out from now on.
I kind of follow. Yeah, do you know?
Like Palestine.
Oh yeah. So we should tell the viewers it's the protesters outside of the convention are protesting what's going on in Gaza right now, and I don't know how big are the crowds. I came across a couple, but
They're not as big as they were expecting. They've got a whole bunch of extra signs that were just like lying down on the ground. Like they'd pre-prepped a bunch of signs for the crowd.
It didn't seem like it was as big as they anticipated.
Yeah, it
Like,
was not at all, but they seem very raucous.
So did anybody get hurt?
Not that I've heard.
No.
There's been a number of arrests, though, obviously.
I get viewers that keep asking about the 1968 Democratic National Convention. We were talking about it yesterday a little bit where...
What happened in 1968?
Well, it was in Chicago. It was... there were some similarities, but like at the time, the Vietnam War was really controversial, and a lot of protesters showed up, and they did not like the fact that Hubert Humphrey was going to be the hand-picked nominee, and so they wanted the anti-war candidate Eugene McCarthy. Yeah, so they, long story short, a bunch of violent protests, but mostly police brutality. Mm-hmm. Like police at the time were a lot more brutal than they are today.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, like I don't think there's really that much to compare. I mean, the other like 1968 was of course a chaotic year. You had political assassination, RFK.
Yeah.
Robert Kennedy Jr. is now, his son is now the third place candidate in the polls.
That's so weird to think that his son is an independent.
Yeah, he started out as a Democrat. He was...
What shifted him away, do you know?
I think the fact that he was... I mean, the anti-vaccine stuff really, I think,
It's just COVID.
Most of that, yeah, COVID. COVID really broke a lot of people's brains, I think.
It really did. It really did. I feel like there was very few people that were just like reasonable about it. Honestly, on either side, it was like the one topic I like staunchly just refused to talk to people about. Because it felt like there was no friends of being like, yeah, like it's good to get vaccines, it's good to mask up, and also like you're not ontologically evil if you don't. But if you don't, you should be extremely mindful of public spaces, and if you have any levels of symptomology, you should stay home. People are like, nope, government takeover, and we need to have civil war over this.
Well, and also the fact that it was new, and a lot of the experts actually were like, well, this is new. Like, you can't be an expert about something if it's brand new information.
Yeah.
And so the people that we trusted before, like famously Dr. Fauci, if he got like one or two things wrong, which he did, well, I'm not going to believe anything he says. And he's also Satan, so...
yeah, I feel like academics, and like this is coming from somebody from an academic background, I guess, so like maybe my criticism is unfair, but I feel like one thing that we've done poorly is preparing the public for the fallibility of the ivory tower. Like I feel like a lot of experts, they want to present as an expert, and they want to exude like the confidence that's attached to that. The problem is that I think that leads to the public having an overestimation of how clean and smooth and like perfect the system is in and of itself. Like most of the public doesn't realize that like, you know, technological and research advancement is filled with errors and making human error problems, and just a hypothesis seeming to be good and us going in that direction because it seems supported until a new study comes out that's a really strong one that's conclusive that that's not the case. And so it feels like people were like under this misgiving of how like science worked. Probably in large part because I don't think that we do a good job communicating to the public like how the scientific methodology functions. And like I don't think people understand that science getting information wrong is science at work, because
that's how it works.
It's a self-correcting, it's like one of the few self-correcting systems where the more incorrect it is, the more it's actually purifying itself to some degree.
Exactly.
Right? Whereas like so few systems are nearly as self-correcting as science is. And I think I think we saw the gap of science literacy during COVID.
Yeah.
Question from the chat, if you don't mind. I was hoping to ask, I know Mr. Veet is familiar with Nebraska, and I was wondering if he had any news about the upcoming Senate election there. Apparently the independent candidate might be polling okay against the Republican.
Yes.
Smart question.
It is a smart
Informed
question. There's a senator...
What's the chatter's name who asked that?
Exol. ECSOL.
Oh, okay, yeah. So, there's a, oh gosh, I'm blanking on his name. Dan Osborne is his name. He's an independent candidate running for Senate.
In Nebraska?
In Nebraska.
What's his platform? Is he like a single voter kind of issue top guy too?
No.
I feel like a lot of independents end up being kind of an ideology group or a single voting point.
He's definitely the Sean Fain type of union, working class dude, veteran. Kind of like reminds me of every guy that my dad has ever worked with. Like he was a mechanic, and like you would just find him in the garage. Very populistic.
Grassroots.
He walking around in flannel. He's a really likable guy. He's been getting. I mean, there's not many polls is the problem. There's not much data, but there's been a couple of promising polls. He's running against Deb Fischer, who's the incumbent Republican senator, heavily favored, but she's not debating him.
Really?
She refuses to debate him. There's no, so I don't know if the Democratic Party has officially endorsed him, but a lot of his rhetoric sounds like Sean Fain. I don't know if I'm assuming he's actually more pro Second Amendment. That's usually where, because in Nebraska that's not really, they don't bring up gun control as much, even if you're a Democrat.
It's just not going to be a popular position, right?
Yeah,
Is the Midwest generally decently pro Second Amendment?
Overall, yeah, except your bigger cities. Yeah. like where we're at Chicago. I mean, there's famously strict gun laws, but I just think that. But that said, when I say pro Second Amendment, like I think I'm pro Second Amendment, but I'm also for universal background checks and certain restrictions that are not in place still. And I think 75-80% of the country agrees with that.
Yeah.
So that's probably where he's at. I don't know enough about Dan Osborne,
Gotcha.
but I do follow him. Yeah.
Good informed question, chatter.
Should you tell them who you are?
They don't need to.
Mr. B, what was the atmosphere like last night during the convention?
It was, yeah, I would say pretty energetic. It was amazing to see.
Did you feel like a Taylor Swift concert?
Almost. I mean, the thing is, like, I walked in when it was, there were politicians up there that I didn't recognize, and then there was Karen Bass came out. She's the mayor of LA, and I was like, oh, I know who you are. And then they would get bigger and bigger and bigger. And then, yeah, by the time Sean Fain comes out and he takes off his shirt with the Donald Trump is a scab shirt or something, that really fired up the crowd. And then after that, they were pretty loud. And surprisingly, Hillary Clinton, like, she was like, so where was this in 2016? Yeah, like,
wait, she's being charismatic right now?
yeah,
That's so weird.
yeah. Definitely, she's learned, I guess, but obviously AOC brought a lot of energy, and then when Joe Biden came out, actually Jill Biden too, and then Hillary Clinton, all three, there were standing ovations that lasted a long time. Where I was just sitting there, I was like, okay, come on, my bedtime's coming up.
Yeah.
So yeah. You know, I wish I would have been at the RNC to compare, but definitely a lot of excitement last night.
Yeah.
Oh, and Kamala came out unexpectedly.
Yeah, I heard she was the unexpected guest.
Yeah, she just kind of snuck out there. Nobody really saw it coming.
Was it during Joe's, or when did she?
It was early on. It was like between, I think it was before AOC.
Okay.
Yeah, so it was like 2 or 3 hours before
Oh, wow.
Biden came out. Yeah.
Interesting.
She's good too. Like, I've been very surprised at her charisma, because she didn't come across as that charismatic to me in
In her
2020 and
yeah. Yeah, I feel like she's really come out swinging, and her PR is just excellent. I don't know who's running her campaign.
They've got the finger on the pulse. They
really
They
do.
must have good data, because they know what people are feeling, saying the right things.
Saying the right things in the right way.
Yeah, yeah.
They've got they're just really killing it. So you've never been to the DNC before. Is it everything you dreamed of?
It's overwhelming. I think it's definitely something. It kind of gives me VidCon vibes a lot. I'm running into a lot of people I've watched online, you know.
Yep.
So, is this your first DNC?
My first day at the DNC too. So I was here yesterday.
Yeah. Well, I guess. Yeah. Sorry about that. By the way. Well, 2020. 2020 was like, wasn't it weird because of the pandemic? So they had.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Did they do it?
I tried to block that whole year from my memory, to be honest, but
The whole 2 years.
should look that up. Yeah.
Bet you we can look it up. Let's see.
Yeah. Where was the 2020? I know the chat will probably tell us as well.
Let's see.
And see how many people were there, because there was a lot of people last night. So it was postponed, but yeah.
Okay, so it was postponed. Where was it supposed to be?
Originally it's supposed to be in Milwaukee. Oh, it was still in Milwaukee. Due to the pandemic restraints, Milwaukee's host city role was decreased to that of a headquarters for the broadcast. with most of the convention activities occurring remotely. Yeah, I remember seeing a lot of empty seats actually, and the venue itself was a lot smaller. So yeah, like this is 8 years of waiting to kind of have some kind of. It's really just a celebration.
Yeah.
Because all the formal votes and stuff have already taken place. Yeah.
Like as far as like an electorate.
Yeah, like formally nominating.
Hello, sir.
Who made it?
We are alive.
Yeah.
We are. And we're going to try and go mobile today. We're going to pack up the laptop and just walk around.
Yeah, in case you didn't hear that, we're going to try to go inside.
Is Josiah right with you? Because we may as well try going mobile once they're all here.
Okay. I'm going to play with the audio for the next minute or two. And
Okay.
What did you think of the speeches yesterday?
I need to go to the bathroom.
Hillary popped
I'm
off.
gonna let you hop on.
Yeah.
So I can
Just gotta go to the bathroom.
Okay.
make pee-pee. Sorry, did I say that on camera?
sounds familiar.
Still all you're doing.
Oh,
Nice suit.
yeah, I'm trying.
You should introduce yourself.
Oh,
Yes.
IRI, do you want to connect your Twitch account?
But are you about to turn it off to go
We're gonna
do
turn it
mobile?
off pretty soon,
We're not
right?
going to turn it off. I'm just going
Keep
to
going?
play with the audio a bit. And just
We're gonna walk through the convention live.
Yeah, I definitely want to connect it. Do I need to do it right now?
Yeah, you need to do it right now.
Okay.
You must.
I'll be right back.
Okay, well, I guess I get to fill time and space. So I did not go to the speeches last night.
Yeah, we are.
In fact, for those of you who don't know me, which is probably everyone watching, I'm Canadian. Yeah. It's kind of weird that I'm here. And so this whole two-party excitement thing is not really in my blood. I don't really get it. We don't have conventions for a single party in Canada. That's not a thing. So it's a very kind of unique experience. Let's see. Is there anything fun to tell you guys about? Well, there is, like, as you guys heard, there was a protest yesterday, probably still going on today, but there's also this counter protest, but it's going on like 6 blocks away from here. Like it's like a 20-minute walk away. So I don't really know what straws got pulled and in what way that they ended up just not getting to be nearby. So the counter protest is super far away. So not sure what's going on there. Good afternoon.
Hey.
I heard you had a late night. Yeah, the travel here is nightmarish. It truly is awful. The shuttles take forever. There's buses, but they're not exactly the most efficient things ever. You can join. Right. I'll let the actual talent take it.
Oh, wow.
How you doing
Hey,
today?
man. Nice to see you again.
I washed my hands, but they're not fully dry
gotta say-
because I used the air blade.
Oh, this is a great opportunity. You're supposed to say I peed on my hands when you touch my hand. That's cool.
You sleep well last night?
I did actually, yeah. How about you?
Yeah, I guess it was an exhausting day, so we kind of,
Yeah, I slept like 7 hours, which is great for me.
yeah.
Got a little housekeeping knock on my door in the morning, waking me up. Housekeeping? Get out of here! How dare you? No.
Yeah.
How long have you been streaming for?
We started about maybe 30, 45 minutes ago. Yeah, so.
Has anybody come by for an interview, or just talking amongst yourselves?
No, but I've had people text me that they want to, so
Yeah,
we'll see.
we'll start reaching out soon to other people too.
And yeah, we're gonna try to go inside the convention hall. Wish us luck with that. We're testing it out earlier.
You got service over there?
Yeah, he has his little data stick thingy. That's the technical term.
That's cool. Let me see if this is live on my channel. Hold on, because we just
Did
added
you sign in?
Just
Yeah.
added to the restream. Yeah.
Double check. Yeah, we're multicasting here. So some of you are watching on my Mr. Beat stream and you're like, what the heck is going on? But yeah,
this is live. Cool. Awesome.
Wow. So now we're really getting some viewers.
Yeah, well, he's going to go. We're going to get everybody, yeah.
All right.
Cool.
Hello?
What's up, everybody?
Pull up a chair.
Yeah, we can fit all three.
John Legend walked by a few. We almost tripped him, apparently. I had my stand out,
cheers?
and then they yelled at us. So we had to be in the lines.
Ooh, look here.
I'm a rebel. Look at that. It's like just over the line. I don't believe it.
You're taken.
Let's see if they'll say the same thing now.
That's cool.
So we got Obama is the big
Speaking tonight?
speaker tonight.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't looked at the speaker list, but I'm sure it's another night of bangers. Who was your favorite last night? I know we talked in the bus, but we're also tired.
Yeah, my favorite. I was thinking more about my top three. Probably were Sean Fain,
Yeah.
AOC, and Raphael Warnock, senator from Georgia.
I looked on the internet at what people were saying, and it seemed like AOC, Warnock, and Jasmine Crockett got the biggest.
She was good too.
Biggest applause. Biggest I guess people excited. Most excited.
Yeah.
But then Hillary's speech was awesome too.
We should have a decibel reader in there. Like
that'd be cool.
Start measuring that because I was surprised at how
Probably.
there is an app for that. All right, I'll do that.
Yeah, I bet you we can do some on our phone. But I thought Hillary had the biggest reception. Almost, I would argue, bigger than Biden. And so like, the crowd went crazy for her. They were stoked. So
I was saying earlier, where was this in 2016 for Hillary Clinton? Because she also can seem to have more.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't watch the DNC in 2016, but like
that's right. You didn't get really into politics until after that.
Trump got elected. I was like, whoa, wait a second, what's
Maybe
going
I should
on
pay
here?
attention.
Yeah, it's true. I was just living life. I didn't care. I mean, I didn't like Trump. I knew that, and I voted for Hillary. I actually voted for Bernie too, so I was involved to that level where I knew the difference. And but I just figured Hillary's got this, and the sooner we get rid of Trump, the better. And then obviously, like many people, I was shocked.
Yeah, just learning how this happened, and we were talking earlier also about electoral reform. Like, what's your position on the Electoral College? I assume you probably don't like it.
Not a fan. I just don't really understand it because what's the difference between me and someone in Wyoming in 2024? Like, we all eat at the same chain restaurants. We watch the same series on HBO. I mean,
Carl's Jr.
What do they? Why is there a handicap on like California with 40 million versus some of these other people? So.
Well, I hate to break it to you, but people that live in Wyoming are better than you.
Well, maybe. I've never been. Maybe they are. I don't know.
They're great. The great
What
people.
do you think? Do you think the Electoral College is okay?
That's the one thing where I've actively shared my opinion on my channel. So I have 2 full videos where I just completely bash it. Because the second video is a response to all the comments I got. I mean, the arguments at this point are just so pathetic. Defending it, I'm just like. And so if there's one thing I actually would debate, I would probably take that on, although I'm usually not big on debates. So.
Well, I look at like California. This state, my state, California, has rural areas. It has cosmopolitan, like metropolitan, metropolises. It has everything that America has.
Yeah.
And yet we don't have an electoral college within our state. It's winner take all on everything. So I don't really get it. Valid argument. To me, it's tyranny of the minority.
It is tyranny of the minority. And no, they don't have a valid argument for it. This is one thing.
So what is it? There's just not the political capital or will to amend the Constitution to get rid of it? Because can't the argument be made that this is bad for all of America?
Well, people don't think it's bad. Like, Republicans think it's good for them, so therefore they're going to do whatever they can to keep it. Although I've come across some Republicans and some that I've actually changed my mind, where like, at the very least we can reform the Electoral College, where we do it like Maine and Nebraska, where you split up the electoral votes, or some other, or if you have ranked choice voting within, or some kind of other reform tied to it, and still keeping it. I get it.
I think you're onto something. If we were to start, like, I don't expect things to change overnight, but I think a nice step would be the division of electoral college.
It sounds horrible, right?
District. That could be a start.
Let me see if I can.
That could be a start, and then you have like an overall, just like in Maine and Nebraska.
Don't mind me.
Arizona, Nevada, Michigan, Wisconsin, Pennsylvania,
Georgia, North Carolina.
Minnesota. I don't know. Yeah, there's 5 or 7. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so wow. So that means 43 states that are just like these presidential candidates are never going to visit.
Right.
You're not going to get any even campaign ads. You know, it's not even. And then I always think about all the people in California who are Republicans. That's a lot of people, tens of millions of people who
it's
never are
millions.
heard.
Their votes are just discounted completely.
Yeah.
This is the way to argue it. Show how it will benefit the side that's
Republicans.
against it. Right.
Yeah, yeah.
I think the financial incentive is a good one. This is bring a lot of money to your state because, a big state like California, or I don't know, what's a big red state? I guess Florida maybe. You're going to get a lot more people coming down there and campaigning.
Oh yeah, that's enough. There you go. I hadn't thought about it with that angle.
I believe the way to change people's minds in politics is to show them how it will selfishly improve their life. So you say, so if you appeal to people's altruism, like, we have 600,000 homeless, that's an outrage. People are like, yeah, you're right, but I don't care. I can ignore the homeless. What do you say?
They're not human.
No, they're saying that is depressing GDP. That is costing you money because your city is missing out. And did you know that these people, if we put them in housing, it'll actually save you money because then they get off government services. And, if you start to show people how it selfishly improves their lives, I think that's a way to win them over.
I've been trying to frame it lately, like in terms of the people who say, oh, you want to expand social programs, like Medicare for all, for example. Like, well, that's actually an investment because these people can work if they are healthy, and also if they have more money in their pockets, they're going to be spending that money for corporations. So corporations and millionaires, billionaires are going to benefit with more people having money.
Yeah. Well, and then you could even argue that we could possibly lower taxes on all of us if we get enough people who aren't on these social services
Programs, yes.
Like more people working allows us to carry less of the load. So yeah, I see. I try to make arguments like that because I don't think it appealing to people's sense of, ooh, that's not nice, I don't like that, or yeah, you're right, that's not right. They should have health care. I don't think anyone cares. Like the migrants.
We're all selfish pigs.
We are, in the end. I mean, that is human nature. I mean, why not appeal to it,
Yeah, incentives, definitely. And that's why I think you got to view everything through that economics lens, scarcity especially. If people are struggling, A, they're not even going to think about politics because they're just trying to think about the next paycheck and paying the bills.
Yeah.
But B, like, every decision they make, like, it comes down to, first and foremost, can I take care of myself and my family? Can I try to thrive instead of just survive? It all comes back to that. And a lot of times we focus a lot on the xenophobia and the Republican Party.
It's a scarcity mentality.
It really is. These people, a lot of these folks are just scared of their situation, and so they're scared of immigrants as well as because they're scapegoating.
They think it's going to take something away from them, whereas these
something.
immigrants are the reason why we're the envy of the world with our economy. This American dream has allowed our GDP to flourish while other countries suffer. Like, Japan, good luck getting immigrants coming to Japan. They don't want to go there. But
if you're afraid of inflation, you should want more immigration because they will help they will drive the prices down. Like the more workers we have here.
Exactly.
We got plenty of room.
We have plenty of room for sure. And that's not even physical. That's just opportunity, Like, there's just a lot of businesses looking for work and jobs Americans don't want. And we need to replenish people, too. Who's going to take care of all this aging population?
Yeah, the boomers are retiring now, and
the stream is down. That's what I'm saying. I knew if you close it, it's going to end. All right, well, we have a break anyways now.
All right, yeah, let us know when we're back on.
You can grab a drink.
What are you doing?
What's up, buddy? I just sleep last night.
Pretty well. Stream is up. Stream is live. You guys are good.
It only went on for a second. I think they're about to. Sorry.
Are we live? Hi. Nobody wants to sit next to me. See how I and Mr. B were here, and now Mr. B has to be like herded in with a cattle prod.
No. I'm so sorry.
No, it's cool, man. I know. I put on some smell good earlier, and I thought it was gonna help, but
You guys all look better than me.
stop. You're
You're
embracing the
jacket.
social studies teacher aesthetic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, we'll keep that
Yeah,
going.
exactly. That's part of his brand, you see, because he taught public school. He corrupted the minds of America's youth
I indoctrinated your children.
with all those like facts and history.
All those.
So what was
Yeah.
it like this morning? You got here super early.
Yeah, I got here early mostly just to get some good footage. I could just walk down there and nobody would stop me, and so that's why. And I'm definitely sleeping in tomorrow though, because last night was a late night. And we're asking everybody. Are we on?
We are, I think so.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we shared earlier, but if you can reveal who you thought was your favorite speaker yesterday.
Was there still video?
I think you might be frozen out. Well, I mean, the stream is still live. It's probably just like a camera. So you just gotta like, they can hear him audio's back.
Oh, can they?
Yeah.
I hope it's a really flattering image on which it was frozen.
Got a big close up of my face.
Oh, he did that on purpose. Yeah. The real celebrity. I always
Yeah.
want the handheld mic because, like, again, being like a lover of music, I always feel like I'm walking around on stage.
We're gonna use it later.
I know, that's cool. You gotta remember, you have to have it like in your right hand, and then you have to like gesture dramatically, you know, like to the crowd, like stop, you know, like,
Yeah,
you know, you know, that sort of thing. Yeah.
Bear with
Wayne
us.
Newton.
It's about to get weird.
Oh my God. Is the video up now?
Yeah, video's up.
Oh, cool. Well then, yeah.
Oh yeah, and it's all working. Yeah, see? All right.
So listen, speakers. They gave you their answers already. We had a phenomenal roster yesterday. Went on and on and on and on. We were definitely behind
Yeah.
schedule, as the British would say. Me personally, it was tough because AOC did really well. Jasmine Crockett did really well. And honestly, Secretary Hillary Clinton, I mean, she had like a, you know, you hear this thing in the media that Secretary Clinton was not particularly popular. And by some polls, that was true after the email thing and the investigations. It's important to remember, she beat Donald Trump by 3 million votes. So to whatever extent you want to say Hillary Clinton was not popular, Donald Trump was even less so. And for her to walk out onto that stage and receive just a deluge of support and delight and all that stuff. And are we still live?
You're still
Okay, cool.
Yeah, it was electrifying. I
it
was
was.
surprised at how like people
Why
how
don't you
fired
guys
up
stand
people
up,
were.
have this conversation?
Oh my
This
gosh!
is,
But we're wired. Do you want me to hold that for you while
I'm
you
gonna
put the
carry
backpack
that.
on?
I'm gonna carry the backpack. No, you're good.
Oh, okay, cool. So we've got a multi-talented producer behind us who is going to simultaneously hold this tripod while we talk. He's going to lower it. He's going to put a backpack on. He can do it all on one foot.
This is impressive.
It is.
Anything we can do to help you.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys are sweet. What you can do to help me is
Continue to talk.
yeah,
Okay.
be
Yeah.
talented and.
Well, I
carry the
don't know about that.
conversation
I mean,
forward.
Mr. Beats got that down, but
Okay. All right, now hang on just a second. Yeah, I'm gonna.
all right.
Go ahead and throw this on. And look at that. Look at
By
that.
the microphone though, so
What's that?
we gotta make sure we're talking into the microphone.
No, I'll
Oh my
point
God!
at
It
you.
does. It looks like it looks so cool, like live and all this stuff.
Go for it. Let's go.
So
for a walk.
let's go
Lead the
for.
way.
You want to go
Yeah,
this way?
let's check it out.
So this is DNC.
This is where the magic happens.
These are people.
Human beings.
Yes. Homo sapiens. Multiple. Yeah.
We
My
got
dad's favorite media outlet. Epoch Times.
We got
Yeah, is it really?
on the
It
right.
is.
We have Roland Martin Unfiltered, one of my favorites. Roland Martin, phenomenal debater, humiliated Chris Christie. And just my favorite performer. Chris Christie, of course, was going on that redemption tour where he was like, I'm distancing myself from Trump. And Roland Martin was like, you were a strident Trump supporter. Why don't you admit that you were wrong about him from the beginning?
Yeah.
And they've never interacted since. It was awesome when you should check it out.
Hey, can one of you do me a favor and shove this cable further into my backpack? I got a little too much slack. USB cable coming around.
Yeah, just reel it in.
Well, it wouldn't be if it's invited.
There you go, friends. You learned a valuable lesson right there, courtesy of Mr. Beat.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right.
Good to go.
It's freaking awesome. Who needs a streamer backpack when we have a guy with a backpack who can do it himself? Yeah. Have Young Turks to our right. Biggest leftist media in the alternate media. More this way.
More traditional outlets.
We've got Newsmax up here on the right, so if you see a cross burst into flame, you know why.
Let's go to the convention floor. I think they've seen enough of Media Row. Let's.
You don't want to go this way?
No, let's go to the floor. We got limited time.
Oh,
and
okay.
Battery power.
Oh, that's true. We don't have unlimited battery.
Yeah, we're gonna have to come back and redock at some point.
Do I need that special name?
Nah, not right now.
Oh, okay. Well. So I have not been to the convention floor because they didn't like me. So
Did you get any email?
I wasn't able to go with Mr. Beat and the rest of the crew yesterday.
Kyla, back here. Kyla.
So why don't you lead the way to the...
Next year we're going to get that stage.
They're actually building it for us right now. So the iHeartRadio thing, that's a warm-up.
You don't know iHeartRadio. I used to do a podcast for them.
Oh yeah.
They own a lot of media. They do well for themselves.
See, he's shelling right now. You see what he's doing
Oh, we
there?
got a surrogate.
We were just chatting with the surrogate just to see if they'll swing by in a little bit.
Okay. I need you to open the door and just keep an eye on the screen, make sure it's still live.
IRI, I'm really important.
Yo, what's up, everybody? Hold on.
We're about to go onto the
what's the
floor.
plan here?
We're about to go onto the floor.
Can we?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Let's do
Can
it.
we? Can we? Well, do you have two legs?
We want to go
Is it this way? Wait, where is
Even
it?
if you did,
I think we gotta go back.
Yeah.
handicap accessible?
I was the one excluded from the last floor mission. You know,
Well,
he said I wasn't cool enough. You know.
get first dibs.
Oh well, thank you.
Yeah, I guess you missed it on James Taylor.
I miss James Taylor. He was
would have
supposed to
appreciated
perform
last night.
He was supposed to perform right before President Biden. Why was that? Because we were 45,000 minutes behind schedule.
Yeah, John Legend.
I actually
Pretty cool to watch.
You got to see John Legend.
Tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll charge it.
They're about to say start.
I think we just try to go in anywhere.
Where you guys headed off to?
Checking out what's going on inside.
Let's see if I can get you guys from the front.
Oh, we got to go up.
There's no able to right now. Yeah, you have
Walking slow motion.
Careful
like back
behind
and
you.
black or something.
Who
I should
knew
have brought my
IRI's
shades in.
debate skills would be so effective at the DNC?
By telling time.
Oh yeah, this is a good spot. Wow.
So later on, I'll be speaking at that podium all the way over there.
Giving a speech.
That's right,
What are we
absolutely.
saying? Josiah, Josiah.
This is where they're all broadcasting. I think that's so cool. Yeah, he's got one for himself.
We need to try to poach him for an interview because he's putting out a book called Shameless. So we should be like, hey Brian, let's talk about your book and also the DNC.
I can email him.
All right. So down in the lower levels is where the delegates
Go,
sit.
leverage that
I don't
connection.
believe you.
Oh, look at this. So this is what we call a ramp. It just goes down like this.
That's cool.
This is crazy.
Yeah. How close do we have to be to Mike? Do you know?
It'll pick you up. It's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right here is probably as far as we can go.
You can go all the way up. You can go all the way up.
Okay.
Yeah, we should stream right to the
I agree. If not for that whole secret service thing. Yeah.
The wheelchair. We picked the worst entrance.
No, I get good shots of you guys.
We're
from the
prima
front.
donnas.
This way.
We're actually showing former
Sure,
President
it's
Trump
smooth.
how to work a ramp. Remember, he had to shuffle really awkwardly
That's true.
down the ramp.
What are you supposed to do? You're supposed to have like 1 foot in front of the other or whatever.
I think they're funk like this. I do that all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how you walk?
Public. Yeah.
Just not right now.
Everything's a runway. No, I don't want to give a shit.
You guys should chat a little bit in front of the sign.
If you want to get a shot, that is Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker on the stage because he is, I believe, speaking tonight, if I'm not mistaken.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, one of the best Democratic governors in the country.
Got an Illinois theme tonight, maybe.
Yeah.
You guys want to go
Georgia.
up towards
Yeah, we're definitely
Yeah.
making our way up there. Cool, huh?
It is.
what makes him one of the best?
I'm sorry?
What makes him one of the best?
So
And tell them not.
he is one of the finest rhetoricians, debaters in the Democratic Party. He has been a strong governor here in Illinois. As a matter of fact, he was, I don't know if he, was he fully vetted to become the vice president? Was he on
I don't
the
think he
list?
was on the
So
short list.
He was on the
Like top
shorter
10.
list,
Yeah.
not the short list, but like the slightly shorter list.
Right.
Yeah, that's a strong case to be made. But I mean, honestly, we even saw Governor Andy Beshear yesterday, another strong Democratic governor, give a phenomenal speech. Yeah, we just have a really deep bench here in the Democratic Party. It's amazing.
That's
You
what I
know?
loved is the deep stakes allowed the nation to see who
Mm-hmm.
we've got, and it raised the profile of people like Mark Kelly, Tim Walz. I think without that couple of weeks, Tim Walz people wouldn't be as excited about him. He got
No,
to go on TV and do all the interviews.
A lot of
and
people
stuff.
were quite frankly wondering who he was, right?
I had no idea. I mean, I knew the name. I knew he
Mm-hmm.
was head of the Democratic Governor Association, but that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, he's turning.
Here, I'm going to try to be
Back up
taller.
a step.
A little bit of both.
This isn't invading your space.
No, I think you could probably take a step back.
Can you do that? Can you do that move again, Josiah?
That's like this? Yeah. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, still flexible at age 33, still got it.
I think it's cool to show them like this stuff too. It's like
Yeah.
where the delegates will announce who they're voting from. I don't know what this phone is for. I'm afraid to pick it up.
Yeah, don't do that.
How dare you pick that up? So they're going to officially nominate.
407 years ago, our forefathers brought forth upon this continent a new nation, conceived in liberty. Okay.
That's pretty cool. There's this teleprompter too.
There's more to that speech. I don't know if you know
Do
that.
the whole thing by memory.
Did you just come up with it?
We were kind of watching the teleprompter.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
See how well they.
Hello. Ah. Oh, okay.
Okay,
No
so we can
problem.
just pop up there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, let's go up to the.
We got what we came for anyway.
Yeah, you had Governor Pritzker there just riffing the Gettysburg Address.
Do we want to get closer?
Someone getting anybody's way? I'm nervous. Why don't you lead the way?
We'll go
Well, hold on. I think we got to be off the blue carpeted area. So,
No, it's just true.
yeah.
It's just gonna
Yeah, we got to keep going.
go up here.
Listen, we were educated in America. We don't know our primary colors.
And I'm actually colorblind, so
Oh, well.
how dare you?
Yeah.
I just think it's cool to get closer to the stage so that people can see it. They want content creators to come here and show the story anyways.
Yeah.
People at home will not be able to get access like this to be this close. So it's a super cool experience.
It was very cool. It's
Yeah.
a historic convention.
They were rocking here last night too. This is where all the noise was coming from, right here in these sections. These are all the delegates, just
What are
boom,
these?
boom, boom. What's that?
They're on every single chair. What
We
are they?
don't
Are they
know.
like lights?
I think they're
Maybe
just light
somebody
up
does.
in sync. Yeah, like at a rock concert.
Right there.
They have them like all the way up there.
No, it doesn't.
You
No,
know,
it doesn't.
I'm just messing with you.
they've got them on every single seat in
Light
the stadium.
wristlets, so
Wait, we
like,
got-
once
Way up
the
in the
stage is
nosebleeds
lighting
and
up, the
everything.
wristlets will be
Yeah,
lighting up.
no, this was a rock show last night. It was awesome.
Oh, that's cool. Okay.
Are you streaming? Are you making IG videos here? What's going on?
Well, I work for a company called The Shade Room.
Okay.
And yeah, so we're just here covering.
That's cool.
Are you comfortable if we're live?
Do you want to not be on camera? Or?
Oh, I can move.
No,
No,
you-
no, no,
You're
no.
totally
You,
welcome.
you
We're-
want to
no,
not be
no,
on camera.
We're up in your
I was gonna
space.
warn you.
Who are you
Yeah.
all with?
We're with some organization called Progressive Victory.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and we're all live streamers and YouTube content creators.
Ah, cool.
Yeah, so we're like live on Twitch and YouTube right now.
Oh, have you all been enjoying your experience?
It's been amazing.
Love it.
I've never
What
been
about
to
you?
one of these.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it. I'm really enjoying it. Yeah, this will be my second one. I guess I went to the RNC.
Okay.
Yeah.
How was that one?
Yeah, how was that compared?
Interesting.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That's a nice way to put it.
Yep.
Was the
You know, that's my
vibe different?
journalistic answer.
Was the vibe different?
Oh
or
yeah,
similar?
extremely. It was different. Yeah.
This room was rocking last night. Was the RNC ever like that while you were there?
It really was.
Okay,
It
that's fair.
really, really
Can I get you to
was.
kneel down, guy, for this combo?
Yeah,
Is it-
guy.
Oh,
Would be-
sorry,
would
am I a
be
little
so
short?
tall
You
if
guys
you-
No,
want me to
no,
stand
no,
up?
no.
Oh,
Yeah.
the frame is kind of small.
It's
so
just
all good.
70% his crotch, so.
Wow. Thank you for letting me know.
LOL.
Yeah.
But who are you all excited to see tonight?
Well, I mean, Hillary was awesome last night, so that was a big one. I don't know. All we know is Obama. Who else is coming tonight?
Michelle
Jamie
Obama.
Michelle.
Yeah,
Okay.
she'll be here. Tim Walz.
Tim
Yeah.
Walz.
That's the Obama you were clearly talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
The other
Her
one was
husband
just-
is coming
He
too.
was just president, so yeah.
I just wish that they gave us like certain timestamps so that we would
Yeah.
know. But of course, like yesterday ran beyond what they even thought. That
Yeah, they had that program, but it
Yeah.
was, I think President Biden was supposed to speak in like the 9 o'clock
the 9 o'clock
spot.
block, yeah.
He
and
was
it
on
was,
at midnight on
Yeah.
Eastern.
Midnight.
Everybody know. Yeah.
Yeah.
I heard they're starting earlier tonight.
hopefully.
Yeah. But
People wanna
What
see
about you? Do you have a particular person you're excited to hear?
Honestly, just happy to just be here. and
Same.
just, you know,
I just was excited to cheer for Joe and show the love. And
yeah, he got a lot of love yesterday. Just seeing the crowd roar for him.
And the surprise
there was,
comment.
it took him forever to start his speech because he was like, okay, thank you guys. Thank
Yeah.
you.
I know, you know, at a
thank you."
certain point, he was like, guys, I was supposed
Yeah,
to start
he's like,
2
"Guys,
hours
can
ago.
I
That's
speak,
not bedtime."
please?"
Yeah.
Yeah, that was good to see, and I think that he, you know, like deserved the love, and he
Of
received
course.
it.
Yeah.
And then seeing him get emotional with his daughter,
Yeah.
introduce him, yeah, it was a good moment.
It was incredible. And then actually, when the vice president came out afterwards, they had that moment where you couldn't hear it, but she said, "I love you" to
Yeah.
him. Like that's heart pulling. So.
It really was. Yeah, it was a good thing to see.
Prior to this,
Isn't it
did you have?
crazy?
I'm
I'm
sorry.
sorry. No,
No, I was
no,
gonna say
listening.
prior to this, did you have an interest in politics, or is this
Yes,
like
I've been in the news and political arena since I was 17. So
Wow.
I've been working. Like
Dang.
I've worked for a bunch of these companies, CNN,
So
Fox
about 3
News.
years now. You look about 20 years old.
I'm 25.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah.
Wow.
have you bumped into former colleagues and stuff? then?
Yeah, I actually have. Yeah.
Gotcha.
It's a good place to be.
That's awesome. Well, but we appreciate you chatting with us.
No worries. I hope you all enjoy.
Yeah, likewise.
Yeah, we
Nice
can.
meeting you all.
Yeah, we'll see you.
I mean,
we can.
You'll probably know about the Shade Room. Yeah, Shade Room. Everyone follow the Shade Room.
Nice to
Follow
meet you.
Shade. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Where are we going next?
Go up.
Go up another one.
Go back to our haunt.
Show them the nosebleed.
I was like, this is where the magic really is.
Say we walked way up there last night.
Yeah, let's go give him a look.
And Chad is so excited that Mr. Beast is in the house.
Oh, Mr.
Yeah,
Beast.
I'm giving people money too.
We went everywhere to give every delegate
We're gonna put 100 politicians in a single room for 24 hours.
Yeah, that's
What
actually.
the last $1 million.
But instead of a Ferrari,
eyeball
you
for
get
26 straight days.
you give out like a social studies textbook instead of a Ferrari, which I think would be even better.
Yeah,
Going to love it.
Well, we can go up. That's fine.
This guy's only the
stairs.
This
Look
guy's-
at
this
it's
guy's-
all beautiful and
Worried about you.
everything.
All right, hey,
worry about me.
you don't need to show off. You might trip and
Don't
fall.
worry about me. You just slow the hell down so I can.
I almost hope he does for the cinematic effect.
It would be hilarious.
It was on live stream films for sure.
Yes, and that's how we draw attention to it.
Yes.
I'm surprised we're still alive as we walk through these different rooms.
Until that battery dies. Yeah. What I'm waiting to hear is like, was it plugged in at all or whatever? This is just all. You actually can't.
Probably go to the left here. There's an entrance right there.
They're all over the place.
Yeah, it'd be cool if we can just do this in silence for about 5 minutes so I can catch my breath.
We could have taken the escalator for you.
Just like, or you all go up the steps and I take the help.
I could have carried you.
Yeah. Piggyback ride?
Yeah.
Oh, see, this would be the perfect like shot. Guy like walking in there, framed by the lights. You have like,
Oh,
music.
true.
going.
Should
We
we
already
back
got
up
it.
and let Guy do it again?
Lighting is
so we
dope.
can
We
get
got
that
it twice. We
iconic
got like
shot?
total sports movie shots twice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Friday Night Lights. Let's do it again.
One man.
Do it again.
What are we doing? Just behind
It's
us
just
with
gonna
the
be
lights?
you walking in
Yeah.
with the lights behind you.
And turn just slightly. You know what I'm saying?
You
Don't-
pass me, and then I'll
Yeah.
like dolly in behind you. So come in from over there, guy. Actually,
here, yeah.
let's do this. Yeah, come down here. Ready?
Okay.
All right.
I'm ready.
You're gonna look like over my left shoulder.
Okay.
Go back a little further. We want to get a nice walk.
Okay.
Even further. Even further. Ready?
Okay.
Okay. Here we
Ready?
go.
I'm looking over your shoulder.
Yeah, chin up, looking business. There you go. Looking proud, looking business. Ready? There we go.
All right, that felt powerful, didn't it? Yeah.
Based.
You had your.
I'm a Superman pose.
Yeah.
Good
That's
music.
actually a really nice shot.
The lighting is cool. Yeah, you got the angelic lighting.
Turn and like use picture doze or something, silhouette.
Right. No, this is just a cool shot. I was wondering what this is over here. I guess it's musicians.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Did they have live musicians?
I believe
know
they
had
had-
like, that country girl.
They did. They had a singer-songwriter whose name escapes me, and then they had a Grammy
James
Award.
Taylor?
No, not
I
that
think
guy.
they skipped them last night in
They
order
did.
to like move the program up.
Mr. Jason Isbell was
Jay, that's the guy.
Jason Isbell, and then James Taylor was supposed to perform. He did. We saw his sound check, and then they were running so behind schedule that they canceled them. Poor James.
Yeah. Maybe they give them a slot tonight.
They might, and that's the other thing. I think that.
They got to make room for Taylor because that's happening.
Well, they.
Feel it.
Oh my gosh, is that rumor still
No,
floating
but
around?
I'm hoping. She's got a gap in her
What about-
schedule.
I've heard Beyonce might.
Yeah, Beyonce's more, I think, likely.
Yeah.
But they're very hush hush about it, even now. Like the schedule is
I read
a
they're
lot
starting
still
earlier.
a skeleton.
Yeah, I read they're starting earlier, so we don't miss it. But I
It's-
think they
it's
skipped a
all-
congresswoman last
I got
night
the
too.
times of speeches yesterday at 4:50, which is crazy.
Grace Ming.
Yeah, I'm glad they're starting early too because that means we get to be in bed much
Yeah.
sooner.
Let's walk up here, I guess.
Down here, you know?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Did you explain the bands? Oh, she explained it too. We all wear these and they light up.
This might be a little loud, so turn it down.
Like more of me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
You gotta do this.
Hang on, yeah. Look at
They're
this.
gonna like
Let me
stop.
get you. Go ahead, do some dancing for us.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is true.
Get some guy there.
Beautiful.
All sultry.
It's all you.
Go.
I'm gonna button up.
It got hot. We got really hot here for a moment.
Yeah.
And then Mr. B.
Yeah. Show them why you're Mr. Beat. That's right. Churn the butter.
Wow. There's the moneymaker.
The yard is dry. This is not the right type of song for my type of dance.
This is your jam, bro.
Baby.
Come on. Slow it down. Slow it down. I think Supreme right below us, I think is where like some of the VIPs sat, like family and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Next, we're going to where we sat last night, where most of the media hung out.
Yeah, we'll see. I don't know how much more battery I have also. We'll see.
We saw it.
Again?
I wonder if your fans know how buff you are, Mr. B.
Oh, they bring it up sometimes. It's very awkward.
Yeah.
Okay.
I won't get on your bad side. That'll be Mr. Beat Your Ass.
Yeah, that's a.
We'll give one to Mr. Beat going in a nice hero shot. Go look. Yeah, there you go. Rudy. Rocky.
Here we are. These are the best seats in the house.
This is the same arena at a higher level.
You get to see. Michael Jordan played here.
Right.
Well, this is where we sat last night, in this area.
How did they lie?
True. But we,
Yeah,
just to
this
show the
level.
guys, this is where we sat last night and watched the whole thing. And it was
packed up here.
rocking. We were with the press with some funny Twitter people next to us who
Too
were
raw, too
screaming.
real. Kenny on Twitter, hilarious. You should
Yeah.
definitely check out his account.
Some of like the big Twitter people who make content and scream about Biden in good ways were sitting right next to us. It was so fun to have them there.
It really was.
They were awesome.
Now just note that if you see a shot of this and they say there's no one coming to the DNC, it's because it's 1:47 in the afternoon.
That's right.
Eat your heart out, libs of TikTok. Now's your time.
Yeah,
It's your time to
true.
shine.
Look how empty it is.
150, that's your time
Trump
to
is
shine.
watching this right now going, AI.
Also-
the whole thing is AI.
You can show the balloons above us that'll be falling on Thursday
yeah.
too.
Now, we
Mr.
don't
B
know
pointed
quite
out.
yet if they're going to be dropping for the vice president or the next time we happen to walk out on the floor.
That is true.
and
We're
make
still
Mike
waiting to hear
Boy-
about that.
Yeah.
I think, well, I know they're practicing the music for you,
That is true.
for when you walk out. So the balloons must, at least one of those rows of balloons has to
I
be.
would like, I'd like the blue one, honestly, just like the
Just that one?
Yeah, just that one. The multicolored ones, again, patriotic. That should be reserved for politicians. The blue one?
That's crazy.
But it's your channel's colors. I know it's
That's
the
right.
American colors, but more importantly, it's your channel's
Thank you. I'm
colors.
glad somebody.
Scholars
recognized
maintain
that.
those were the same balloons that shocked Hillary Clinton years ago. Wow.
I'm still
Can't believe
stunned
those are the first
that
balloons.
she got this.
One of my favorite
the
gifts
Really?
of all time is that one.
reception that she did.
You want to give us a recreation?
I thought it
For
was
4
great.
years, but she found her
No.
career dance.
I feel
These
like there
people
was
were
more of
like,
a-
we
It's like a
Gets us-
sideways mode. Yeah, it's supposed to. Yeah, there you go.
that was awesome.
Yeah, when they were like, lock him up. And normally Democrats are like, no, we don't do that here. But all Hillary did was,
Yes, normally
Yeah.
Kamala's like, the court's gonna take care of that. But when they chanted lock him up, Hillary just kind of smiled and let
Yeah.
the crowd say it, which was
and
great.
the reason
I chanted
she,
it too.
The reason she smiled was because, of course, famously Trump did that to her. I don't think she wants Trump to be arrested unless he's found guilty in a court of law, which he was 34 times. But turnabout.
Yeah.
I think she wants him to go to prison.
But for just reasons.
True.
Yeah.
Well, he's been found guilty.
Yeah, exactly.
I was always under the impression that, yeah, you probably, if you do break the law, you probably should go to prison. I know it's a controversial statement. Yeah, like it's a
I
good,
think
it's a
prison's
hot
the best
take.
way to learn your lessons, sitting in a box.
Even if you're a
Thinking about it.
president, though.
Well, I
even
guess
if you're
or
a
what kind
president-
of law it's a felony versus a misdemeanor. I mean, I have done my share of misdemeanors, so I shouldn't go to prison for that.
That's why they call you.
We all just like
Mr.
lean in. Would you like to carry?
Yeah.
He didn't pay for those social
Dang,
studies
Mr. B.
textbooks.
I
Yeah.
think we probably have to make our way down and plug back in.
This is going to have Oscar exit music. Thank you, Mom.
Hey guys, you don't gotta practice anymore. We're leaving.
Yeah. No, this is my time. No, it's been awesome. Honestly too, like even getting out of here yesterday, at first I thought it was going to be a nightmare, but honestly I've been at concerts where it's been more challenging.
There's a lot of people.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. We got home pretty quickly.
Yeah,
And we got to chat with some people on the bus.
that's right.
Where
We
are
gotta
the
sit
stairs
in
that we
back.
came up there? I think they were that way.
Right there, but we can keep going just to see it or whatever.
I think we're running out of battery. I think we gotta head back. Yeah.
The thing is, guys, I knew it was happening.
Hold on. That goes to Madison Street. No 100 the left. That goes over here. Access to 100 levels.
President Clinton walking in here?
Well, it says access to 100
I
level.
think this is right. We go down one level.
The other ones didn't. The ones over there. Thank you for inviting us to the DNC. Kamala Harris is our nominee. That's pretty good. Your turn, guy. And he's in.
You're good. There's no one else coming.
Drop the escalator down. Actually, you guys take the stairs. Try to keep up with me.
Oh, we're taking the stairs?
You're taking the stairs. Getting a nice steady shot.
Cinema. You're all getting the frame. Cinema.
Oh, look at that, dude. What a pro. What a pro.
Look at that smooth, stable shot.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, no. I think I'm not compared to I feel like a lot of people, but weren't you on this? That's right. I specifically said that's insane to do that.
I just watched your YouTube video like last week, calling representatives.
Thanks for watching that. I really did call everyone.
Do you mind if I get a quick picture or no?
Oh, it's fine.
All right.
That's what it's all about.
You're just volunteering?
Yeah, I'm like volunteer. Oh, sure.
Oh,
thank you. Thanks so much.
Yeah, thanks for watching my stuff. Oh, hey. Wow, I feel special.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, you too.
You're famous.
Yeah, I mean, John Legend.
I know.
I really love the gospel music in the background.
I know. Some feel-good music, some feel-good moments from the DNC. This is what it's all about, folks.
Aww.
It's a magical time to be a Democrat.
Which is rare. We very rarely hear that. So enjoy it.
Here we are.
Keep up to it. Yeah. I think it'll run. I think it'll.
This is where I found coffee earlier, by the way. Secret coffee spot.
USA!
Very excited to be from America.
That's the same guy.
As are we all.
Yeah, same guy.
Same guy.
I don't know.
Happy about Mr. B. Yeah.
Well,
you sound like
We got the beat. There's that song. I don't even know who sings
You
it.
were going for Billy Joel there.
No, we got the beat. That's not Billy Joel, is it?
No, I think you were going for the longest time.
What?
how much camera or the battery do you have left?
Actually, you need to have
It's
a
mostly,
beat
I think, the
related
laptop.
theme
Oh.
song.
The camera, I think, is good for another couple hours, and I have a spare battery I can just swap out. So
Does it charge when you plug it in?
no,
Oh, well.
not that I know of.
I think eventually we should like take it around, like try to get like Roland or Jenk or
We should
Brian
do this
Tyler
a couple
Cohen.
times
Yeah,
today.
Yeah, we
exactly.
will.
Yeah.
I just got to charge the laptop back.
Yeah.
Just willing to let you guys live stream.
For like after 2 hours or something.
Okay. Okay, yeah, we were on the opposite side of the building.
Smells
Yep.
spicy.
No, I went down that way earlier and it led.
We could show the Creator Lounge, you think?
I don't think that is the creator.
This is the quiet. Raider Lounge is like that way.
Here's some lovely black curtains, though. Or are they maroon?
How?
I think they're black.
What's that supposed to mean?
Take a selfie.
You connect the dots.
Uh-oh. Use common sense. Some of that conservative common sense.
I saw Maxwell Frost a few minutes ago, too.
Did you have breakfast?
I did.
The selfie zone right here.
The salty zone?
The selfie zone.
Selfie zone. I can say, why are people are so scared?
Martin Luther King Jr.'s.
Adam
Is that Martin Luther King Jr.'s?
Sorry about that.
I haven't seen you since Ohio. That was so awkward.
I was gonna dab you.
No, that's not.
You gotta remember, she's Canadian. There's
Yeah.
like a Canadian exchange rate.
No. This is the white boy.
You know American Etiquette? Are you streaming?
Yeah.
Did you hear that? That was good.
Yeah.
So where are you guys live on?
All our channels.
Bunch of channels.
Ooh, we have a really cool backpack that we bought. This like gun run backpack.
Yeah, I saw that.
It was cool. Yeah.
Can you give us a twirl?
It's pretty cool. He's working his ass off.
Assuming that there are people who have not liked and subscribed yet, where can they find?
Me? Adam Mockler on YouTube. Look up Adam Mockler on YouTube. We'll be live streaming, but yeah, this.
Well, you'll be seeing some of us on his stream. We will rope him in occasionally.
You know what's really funny? Yesterday, Hassan and I's streams collided, and we did a Blue Carpet interview, and people in my chat were like, I was watching both of you guys, and I watched the feeds collide at the same time, which is kind of funny. That had to have been like trippy to watch, right?
Did it start like a West Side Story rivalry or something?
Yeah,
like
for
that?
real, yeah.
Like, it's happening.
But
How long did you talk to him for?
like a 10-minute or 8-minute interview, and Midas plugged it. Midas put it on their channel because he was like, yeah. But yo, okay, so we are going live at 3 from that same place. Wasn't that a pretty cool view yesterday?
It was.
And what we want to do is, since I don't want to yap for 3 hours while we wait to like get interviews, I think we just rotate people in for 15 minutes. So 15-minute interview with all three of you in each segment. So like 15. And then Midas is going to go live with our stuff at like 3:30, so we can plug our stuff on Midas. And then it's basically just like we're commentating over the DNC. And doing it alone for an hour would get really hard.
Yeah.
Well, if at any point, just text and we'll.
You know what? 309 was the exact thing.
309. Okay. We had a really good All right, Russell.
Nice to meet you.
Oh, now it's that awkward thing where you say goodbye. Way to go, Adam! Can't acknowledge each other after the goodbye.
Hello, how are you?
I'm just looking for people.
Just be like standing somewhere.
Hey, can you moonwalk when you're doing backwards? Can you moonwalk?
I've been worried about security stuff. We all got
We'll be up in back.
Oh God, that was unintentional product placement. Yeah, that was like too perfect. Whoops. Set that up a little.
All right. What's the story behind this? I was trying to find a cable.
Oh, I thought you were
God, I don't know where the charger for this laptop is.
So listen, folks. If it dropped or it got choppy at all during that, we have a local recording. We'll re-upload.
I think it's
Wait, where's my green pack?
still going, yeah.
I don't know. Is it one of these two? You said green backpack? It's not this?
This is not my usual stream of time, but we're doing something.
It's got a port color.
It's hard to keep people entertained, but this kind of event is fun for people because you never know who's going to pop up.
Yes.
So they'll stay. I want to use the question.
could have stayed out forever. Good to know.
You're still live,
I
right?
can do that for hours. That only took 15 minutes.
Oh, really? Oh, sweet.
All day. Or later today. Go ahead and just juice something.
Where's this? Oh,
Well, this is all I bought.
oh.
You gotta play clock out.
My phone. Just if we want to do that again, the biggest thing is I need to charge my phone. But I can charge it from my laptop because my laptop is broken. Are we still live or no?
We're still live.
We're still live, so go ahead, talent.
Yeah.
Entertain for
Stretching that
us.
term quite.
Okay, we're gonna lose your audio for a couple seconds while I plug it.
Oh, that's perfect. Tell me a
Better.
joke right as they lose.
All right, the most offensive joke that I know is
No, the black one, big, thick one.
Thick.
Big boy.
There's so many jokes I could make. Right now.
That's okay, no one can hear you right now. Or can they? They can.
so. You got the exclusive tour that only like 20,000 other people are getting. But no, this has been a lot of fun.
Stop it.
What?
I can hear you.
Game of love before
Hear that harmony?
Right, it was beautiful. I like how I hit the upper register and he's like hitting the bass. Yeah. You know, think of like you
do?
channel all that aggression within you, just like, you know.
I appreciate
Yeah, like when you lift weights, right? Do you like, you know?
that. I do.
Yeah, exactly.
Fart a little. Do you know some weightlifters use butt plugs now?
Are we still? I beg your pardon?
Sorry.
I beg your pardon, Mr. Erudite. Get your wife. She's scaring people off.
In general, when you like lift weight, the more muscles you engage, even if they're not related to the lift, the more power you'll broadly generate.
Mm-hmm.
So now people will wear that
Device.
to help them generate extra muscle force.
Well, when I get more discipline in my gym regimen, now I know that I've got some more equipment to get. That's hilarious. Can they hear us now?
Oh yeah, you're good.
Cool.
They've heard everything you've said for the past.
Good.
Well, the more you know. Really.
Yeah. So you get all kinds of trivia here
All
at the
kinds
DNC,
of info.
right?
If you want to
We
be
get
a queen power lifter.
Queen powerlifter. We've got history on lock too. IRI and I bring something to the table. He brings a lot of drip. His fashion.
High levels of swagger.
It is. Got more swag than a gift shop.
Wow, that was a
Got
very
more
white
drip.
thing to
Got
say.
more drip than a leaky faucet.
Oh, he was doing swell.
That's right. He's quite
He
fashionable.
was looking real giggity with his shoes on.
Giggity, you gotta remember, she's from Canada, so they use different slang. Here in America, giggity is a Family Guy reference. You watch Family Guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. So listen, here at the DNC, we are seeing all kinds of cool people. The fact of the matter is, we've got President Obama tonight, Michelle Obama, we were told. Yeah,
If I could fall asleep in anyone's arms, it would be Michelle Obama.
and she could carry you because I feel like she's also
could.
incredibly fit.
I'd feel so safe.
I feel like she is very much the more assertive personality compared to President Obama. Like I
Yeah.
always got the impression he was very professorial, you know, very like even-tempered, and they used to
Kind.
call her the closer. That's not even a joke. Like when they would go during his primary campaign, I think it was in 2000. It was either when he was running for Senate or when he was running his presidential primary. They called her the closer because if there was anybody who had any doubts about voting for Barack Obama, they would send Michelle Obama in. They should have like a 15-minute conversation, and she had like a
That's
70%
beautiful.
close rate.
She just like believes in her man so
I know,
much.
it's beautiful.
That's so cute.
She's probably saying, listen, he seems smart, but I'm like way cooler than he is.
Listen,
like, yeah.
I know you're not for
I know you're not
sure
sold
about
on him, but me.
But I will steer him in the right direction.
She actually is, I think, the most popular political figure in America. President Obama is still very popular, but I think Michelle Obama consistently polls even higher, which is why when President Biden, was struggling in the polls and people said he was going to drop out, they said that Michelle Obama would come take his place because she was so popular. but the love and the reception that Vice President Harris got yesterday, like when she came out impromptu to give a brief speech, it wasn't on the schedule. Like it was crazy, like the reception that she got.
Yeah, I feel like her campaign has just been so smart.
Yeah,
It has been incredible.
It really has been. I mean, it's funny because what you see now is, you see it a bit in mainstream media too, but like right-wing media is so panicky. Like, is she not going to have an interview? When is she going to sit down? And even other elements of right-wing media are like, she doesn't have to do that right now. She's winning the election as of right now. She's beating him in the polls. She's beating him in fundraising. She's beating him in energy.
Yeah.
So she just needs to keep doing what she's doing.
Have you heard of Predict It?
The betting market? Yeah.
Yeah. Because it's done a really good job of predicting.
Yeah.
I haven't checked her numbers today, but
I didn't know.
57 cents to 46.
So people willing to put their money right there, yes, are right now betting on the vice president. That's huge. Now, and again, I'm a cynic by nature. IRI is the Are you a cynic or an optimist? Kyla, you.
Oh, me.
Because he's an optimist. I'm a cynic. What are you?
When it comes to politics or just in life?
Politics.
Optimism is a tactical necessity.
She said that with a smile on her face. Okay, so I'm the Eeyore of the group. I'm
a natural skeptic, which is why I've learned to be tactically optimistic.
Gotcha. So when she says skeptic, she means cynic. That is polite for cynic. So you are forcing yourself to become optimistic.
Yeah. In a tactical, wise way.
Yeah. So I struggle with that, which is good for me to be around the likes of IRI and whatever, because he's like a natural-born optimist. But right now, for the first time in this election cycle, I do feel relief. Like my girlfriend tells me I smile more, and I'm not flinching in the sunlight.
Since Kamala took over?
Yeah, since the vice president became the presumptive. Because here's the thing. I mean, I think Joe Biden was a very, very good president, and I think that history will be very kind to him, particularly on domestic policy.
Yeah.
But I was nervous the whole freaking time in this campaign.
I feel like a lot of people have been man, these last few months for Biden, they were it's just going to ruin his legacy. And I'm I don't think anyone's going to remember him waffling as to whether or not he should undo all of precedent and not run as incumbent.
Yeah.
Because I don't think anyone would argue that it was unwise, and also then he listened to his own party and his constituents and gave Kamala didn't give Kamala the seat, but stepped down anyways. And his presidency was just nobody. I feel whenever I talk to people Joe Biden has had an excellent presidency, and they're really, how?
Right. All those accomplishments,
Infrastructure bill, what do you mean? There's so many important bills that got passed under him.
No, 100%. And some of these are again, apples to apples comparisons. The president mentioned it yesterday. Donald Trump, when he was president for 4 years, promised that he would have infrastructure, and he failed for 4 years. Biden got it done one. So just if you're evaluating the things that make a president successful, they are the chief executive, they are an administrator, they're head of government. And in so many ways, Biden succeeded where Trump failed. However,
and they're a foreign policy advocate, which I think a lot of people forget, which is how Trump really underperformed on a foreign policy level.
But Kyle, he created world peace. What are you talking about? That's what
there
we
was
hear.
Definitely zero war while he was
There was
in
no
power.
war anywhere.
Don't mention it.
Nobody got hurt anywhere.
Don't look at it. Yep.
Everyone was holding hands and singing gospel. It's just amazing.
Definitely don't look at Sudan. Don't look anywhere in the Middle East. Those wars weren't happening.
Yeah, what we did to our Kurdish allies, everything else. But the other thing too, when we're talking about the party politics of it, the thing that you hear a lot is, so you said that President Biden, nobody will blame him in hindsight, waffling with this decision, and I agree, because I imagine if you are running for president, no matter who you are, what party, no matter what type of person you are, you have to have a bit of an ego, right? And when you are the president already, when you're the most powerful person in the world, and you are eligible to run for a second term, as you say, the precedent is that you do that, or at least attempt it. I can't imagine anybody would just nah, I'm just gonna give that up, right?
Yeah, especially in such an important election where there's no historical precedent for the incumbent not running again.
Right.
There's a reason why the incumbent always runs again. You've got 4 years of funding. You've got 4 years of trust and stability.
Right.
Your PR tested for the last 4 years. Bringing in a new person
was a risk.
It's a huge risk.
Was a huge risk. Yeah.
Right, and we're lucky that Kamala has been such an incredible candidate, but it's like if Kamala hadn't been what she is and how she's polling, it could have been the inverse where she's polling terribly and everyone's like, Biden should have never stepped
No,
down.
100%. That's why, like, so in my political commentary, I'm not a prophet. I don't make predictions because I predicted that Hillary Clinton was going to win the 2016 election. And
Try this.
I'm gonna try it. Yeah. Ask the chat if they like it better.
Oh, do you guys like this voice?
So, it's time for karaoke. What's your favorite Journey song? And somebody will sing it. Probably not me because I can't hit those notes.
I'm just a backstage support.
Yeah. How's chat like it?
You don't have to hold it so close.
Oh.
It's fun to hold it close.
It really is. Yeah.
Ask them which audio they prefer.
Which audio do you like more?
I
This?
think this might be better for interviews. That one's off right now.
Oh, it's off totally?
Let's see. I think we just hold it right here in normal distance like this.
Or we could like hold it in the middle and just hug? Yeah. Yeah.
They say much better. I wish I had a little stand I could put tripod.
Well, we just do interview. We have to talk one at a time.
Get Flow Trace to just kneel here the whole time. Yeah.
This will be our talking stick, so you only speak when you have this.
I believe it's called a microphone. I'm not one of those like industry.
No, I'm talking about like crunchy, like band camp thing where like it's like a lesson for the group to
Right.
get social with each other.
Exactly. Yeah. Harkening back to those 90s coming of age movies, you know, where they would be at band camp and like forming friendships and bonds that
Yes.
last forever, or even the 80s. Yeah.
Supreme, what if I hold it here? Oh, you don't have a feed?
I can try and reduce the noise gate. Go ahead.
No, I'm curious if we just hold it here in the middle, if it's okay, if it picks up enough, or do we have to keep moving it?
Or if he tucks it into his shirt and it's just like sticking
That's
out
my
like that,
lapel
yeah.
pin.
I
That's
think
right.
it's better if one person holds it and like asks interview style questions. If we're gonna use that, I can go back to the other one if it's not natural for you guys.
But they said this is much better?
They said
Yeah.
it's much better.
Much better, huh?
Well, the audience has spoken. So I agree that Guy will hold this. I'm just kidding here. Yeah.
You go.
So,
It's just kind of awkward to
They
trade
say
it.
it's better if it's in the middle.
if it's in the middle,
Okay. So this sounds okay.
It's like the passing of the torch, like we just hold it like this. There you go. Yeah. Just move it around. Listen,
No,
I know
just
what-
hold it in the middle.
I know what you're thinking.
I'll just get closer.
That so many people have a well-oiled machine, but we like to mix it up, man.
Yeah.
Like, what, the microphone here? Is it gonna be here?
This
like,
is
yeah.
the real deal. This is the production happening in real time. You guys are part of the magic. You'll see it improve over the course of the week.
Exactly. I mean, I'm sure you're thinking it's already better than it was yesterday.
Yeah, right? Those of you
We're-
who were here yesterday probably see a huge improvement.
So, tonight, as I was discussing with Kyla, we've got President Obama,
Based.
we got Governor Pritzker,
Awesome.
we've got First Lady Michelle Obama,
Amazing.
and I have no idea who the others are. Like, I mean, I'm sure I know who they are, but I don't know who is speaking before her.
Right.
So, who's gonna win? Who's gonna knock it out of the park?
I think Michelle Obama probably going to get the biggest cheers.
Yeah.
Obama, like people love him, President Obama, but he's got some baggage. Michelle Obama, no baggage.
She is
money.
She checked her baggage. She's baggage free. She's
Yeah.
walking into the
Yeah.
airport just hands free.
She's
Yeah.
raw dogging the flight. Nothing, just staring straight ahead.
Yeah.
Nothing in her pockets.
No, I think. I mean, I was telling Kyla. I think she is the. I think I've seen polls which say, unironically, that Michelle Obama is the most popular political figure in America.
I believe it.
Yeah.
In America?
In America.
Wow.
Yeah, I think yes. I am very confident on that because
Damn.
do you remember when everyone was like, President Biden's going to drop out, Michelle Obama's going to take his
that
place?
was
Yeah,
nonsense.
yeah.
Do you remember Semaphore had a whole article and they were like, we could have a sweepstakes and we can have a musical artist and they had like Zendaya, whatever her name is, and all this nonsense. It was like, what are you talking
Wait,
about?
Zendaya was going to run?
No, they were just like saying it could be this amazing thing with like this contest.
Zendaya.
Zendaya,
Sorry, yeah.
whatever. And it was so nonsense. If it wasn't Biden, it's gonna be Kamala.
Okay.
Like, why even entertain the idea? It's
Yeah.
so silly.
I am hoping, we mentioned it earlier up there, I am hoping that Beyonce and Taylor Swift show up just because generate hype. And honestly,
T Swift is she's keeping it close to the vest. If so.
I know, but she did publicly endorse President Biden in 2020.
And she did that thing with. Do you see that shadow? That image she posted on Instagram.
I
that
did
had a
see
shadow?
that. I did
was
see that.
Did that turn
Is
out?
that like
to
a
be?
Groundhog Day thing where we're interpreting a shadow? Like,
But was it?
we've got 4 more years of Democrats in the White House.
I looked at it and it did look like it was supposed to be Kamala Harris.
It-
What was the verdict on that?
It looked like some sort of silhouette. But I also heard
I thought it might have been also in reference to like J.D. Vance's cat lady, because I also heard it might have been a cat. I don't know. I glimpsed
It
that.
looked just like Kamala
maybe
to
chat
me.
can tell us.
Yeah, I never read up on it. That's why I
Yeah.
don't know. But I just saw it and I was like, that's obviously Kamala.
Yeah. But again, that might be a Groundhog Day thing. The bottom line is this. I am very freaking confident about that election. That's coming from me, man.
Wow.
You know how cynical I am.
Wow. Okay,
Yeah.
so what about the Senate?
I'm telling you. Okay, so if you watch my channel, you know that I've said from the beginning the Senate was going to be harder than the White House because we have to defend 8 seats. Joe Manchin is not seeking re-election. I know everybody has their thoughts on Joe Manchin. I'm not a fan, but I'd rather have Joe Manchin in West Virginia than a freaking Republican, and we're going to have one, Jim Justice. So we have to defend all 8. And
they're not easy.
And they're not easy.
Not beyond the ones you guys have heard of.
No, but the polls are showing, I think, everybody other than John Tester in Montana, they're polling well ahead of the Republicans. So I'm not at coin flip yet, but I'm going to say I think we're at 45% likelihood that we keep the Senate. Because if we lose Tester, then it would just be 50. If we keep the others but lose Tester.
Why do you think we would lose Tester out of all of them?
Just because he's polling behind. I'm just saying hypothetically.
I thought he was polling evenly at worst.
I saw Jack again can correct. This was from a couple of days
you
ago.
Might have seen it. I may have missed it.
But how many? We don't have to defend all 8, right? We need to. We need to shoot for all 8.
No, we need to defend all of them.
If we lose Tester, we lose the Senate?
Yes.
Oh.
Because we're down to 50-50 if we lose Joe Manchin, which we're going to. We lose that seat, we're down to 50-50 already.
Gotcha.
So we have to hold on to the rest.
Yeah, so we need Montana to pull through.
Yeah.
Pull through, baby.
Is that Mayor de Blasio? I think that is, right?
I didn't see.
Bill de Blasio? He's tall. He's a tall drink of water. In the gray, I think it's Mayor of New York City, Bill de Blasio, ex-mayor, remember?
Ex-mayor.
He ran.
No, wait. Who's mayor now?
Mayor now is Eric Adams.
Eric Adams, there you go, yeah.
I don't know if it's him.
Yeah.
Okay, anyway, sorry.
That'd be hilarious. That'd be hilarious.
We are in a prime spot for people to. Yesterday, Mark Kelly walked by, so like you guys, we might interrupt each other and be like, oh shit.
No, 100%. So tactically, we've chosen to be as close to the restroom as possible because here's the reality.
True.
Everybody's got to pee. That's a fact, right? I'm not a scientist, but you take that to the bank. So
Test it.
We make eye contact afterwards.
Yes, we stare at them when they awkwardly come out.
Yeah. Actually, as a matter of fact, we should just like angle everything so we're both staring. Like, join us, holding out a microphone.
It turned out to be a good spot. But yes, we have to hold on to every single Senate race. And we got like Jackie Rosen in Nevada stuff. Nobody's talking about that. But all will show them ahead 5-6 points. And that's the average as well. And that's been the average the whole time. That's what kept me so optimistic about the presidential race, even when Biden was in.
You thought not so much he was going to drag them down, but they were going to pull him ahead.
Yes, because to me, the senators are the closest thing to a generic Democrat.
Right.
And people love generic Democrat in the polls. Because nobody knows who their senator is.
Right.
And so the senators were all ahead 4 or 5 points in the polls all the way through this year. And that led me to say, we're going to do this. There's no way the senators win and Joe Biden loses. What kind of voting is that? That's weird.
See what I'm saying? So he's the natural born optimist. I'm the cynic by nature, and that's why this is like a whole vibe. Because I'm thinking to myself,
I'm trying to get you over 50% on those odds. You're at 45
right now.
So
you actually, that wasn't you saying, hey, I'm also thinking we're going to lose the Senate. That's you saying, Josiah, come and join me on the, we're going to keep the Senate side.
Yeah, because we've been ahead in the Senate in all the polls. We've been ahead. There's nobody who's behind in the polls, as far as I know. You mentioned John Tester. That's news to me.
Yeah.
His opponent sucks too. What's the name? Sheehy? The guy's a liar. Remember, he's the one who shot himself in the arm and claims. Did you hear about that story?
No, I did not hear that.
Tim Sheehy, his name, he says, those are my pronouns. This is a joke, his big joke. Tim Sheehy says he got shot in the arm, and he claims it happened in Iraq or Afghanistan. It turns out he accidentally shot himself in the arm at a national park because he reported it to like a park department person. He went to the hospital, and he changed his story. It's like stolen valor.
Right. So as Republicans have tried to cast aspersions on government or on Governor Walz for stolen valor, in fact,
Tim Sheehy is the real stealer of valor.
I do know. I think in October I'm going to canvass in Wisconsin.
Yes, sir.
On behalf of Senator Tammy Baldwin, whom we desperately need to keep.
She's been doing great in the poll. Her opponent sucks real
Eric
hard.
Hovde.
Yeah,
he's awful.
He's a carpetbagger.
Yeah, and besides, we need somebody sane to balance out Ron Johnson.
Yeah.
I mean,
can't believe he won.
One of the worst Republican senators, and that's saying something when you consider how awful they are. I mean,
He was literally one of the worst. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, he was somebody who was all on board the 2020 big lie, stolen election thing.
He was a participant.
Yeah.
He was like trying to
He was
help.
a conspirator.
Yeah, he
fact,
wasn't
yeah.
just a witness. He was actively involved.
Yeah, he's awful. I mean, the one, in terms of like flipping, I could have swore that people said that the was it Texas was the closest one, and it's not particularly close.
So
I love
yeah.
Colin Allred.
I love him too.
Member of the House of Representatives, challenging full-time podcaster, part-time Senator Ted Cruz. Yeah.
I think the one where the data shows there's a chance is Florida. It's not a good chance, but
That's Rick Scott, yeah.
Rick Scott has recently had to pour money into his campaign. That's a bad sign.
Who's he running against?
He's Rick Scott is running against what's her name? McCursel Powell, I think it is.
Chat, you can correct us.
Somebody has told me. It's a
yeah.
former congresswoman, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Debbie McCursel Powell, something like that. But yeah, I mean, Florida they have the abortion measure on the ballot. They have the legalizing marijuana measure on the ballot. That's going to drive a lot of people out. And I know they had a great midterms. Everybody talks about Florida's great. What are you talking about? It's so red. Ron DeSantis, he kind of fell off since he started running for president, had the big riff with Trump. They've mended fences, but it's not 100%. And I just think the GOP has had some big losses in special elections, like House races.
Yeah.
There was we flipped the city of Jacksonville mayorship. That was the largest Republican-controlled city in the nation.
Yeah.
And we took it from them.
We
so
also
signs like that tell me.
We also flipped George Santos' old seat when George Santos was expelled from the Senate. We flipped a red district back blue, and I'm blanking on the guy's name.
Swazi.
Tom Swazi.
Yeah,
Tom
took his
Swazi.
seat.
Yep. So, yeah.
Well, did you see George Santos did plead guilty on
and he might be facing 6 to 8 years in prison.
He was crying like, I made a mistake. Where was that big boy energy this last year? He's like, I'm innocent.
Yeah, you remember George Santos is the second most openly corrupt Republican politician, who, of course, number one is obviously Donald Trump.
Yeah.
So he was expelled from Congress in disgrace, then proceeded to, he appeared regularly on Piers Morgan. He had a lucrative cameo career.
Lucrative is correct.
He's going to be making a cameo in federal penitentiary.
He's on a burner, he sneaks in.
Yeah, exactly. So,
wow.
Yeah, that's awful. I mean, he was investigated locally, state, federally, and I'm almost certain internationally. I think even Brazil. No, that's wasn't a joke. Yeah.
He had existing charges in Brazil. It wasn't even new.
Yeah.
But he settled the matter, even though he claimed there was nothing.
Yeah.
He wrote a bag check. He stole a check and he got some shoes or something.
So it's important too. The case IRI is making. He's persuading me with each passing minute to be more and more optimistic, and it's good because, again, we say this. We have to win the trifecta, folks. It's not enough to just get the vice president into the White House as president. That's probably the single most important piece.
Yeah.
Like, you want the White House if you have to choose, but we don't have to choose. They're all on the ballot.
Right.
And we need the House back, and we need to keep the Senate, because if we want to progress, if we want to advance, we have to have a Democratic majority, because Republicans will not work with the vice president.
Yes.
They will not work with it. Their party has destroyed any incentive to work bipartisanly. They refuse to do it. So
we were talking about this last night. There is no appetite, no room for bipartisanship in the Republican Party. It's not even an option. You can't run on it, you can't do it, but there's a little bit in the Democratic Party. It's not a lot. We would love to do more, but at least we're trying. Republicans, nothing. You cannot work with Democrats on anything.
Right, which is why, imagine, folks, that we have a situation where you have, are we good? We good? Okay, cool, yeah. Imagine a situation where we win the White House, we keep the Senate, we maybe even potentially expand it, but I guess it would just be keeping it the same because, again, Manchin's dropping out.
Yeah,
so
probably keep it 50-50, yeah.
But let's imagine we keep the Senate, we take back the House, and you have a vice president like Tim Walz, who, again, the thing I love about Tim Walz is he knows how to leverage power. Now, to be clear, to add context, when he was a congressman, he worked bipartisanly successfully with Republicans and conservative Democrats. I think he had either a near record or a record-breaking number of co-sponsorships from Republicans.
I haven't heard that.
So he has a bipartisan history of legislation.
I believe
now, people say, okay, well, when he became governor, he's governed as a progressive. But that's because he won. This is where our party, I think, really struggles compared to Republicans. Republicans know when they have power, even ill-gotten power, they leverage it. They use it. They're like, we won, you lost, and so we're going to enact our agenda. Democrats should do that too. Work bipartisanly when you can.
Yeah.
But if Republicans obstruct a Democratic majority, the Democratic majority should just run through. That's how it should work. And I think Walz will bring that energy to a Harris-Walz administration where he'll say, Madam President, we have Republicans obstructing us, but we have the numbers to make this work. Let's just do it anyway.
Let's do something.
Let's do
a percentage, you know?
Yeah.
We don't have to give every kid in America free breakfast and lunch. Let's give 10%. Let's give 20%. Whatever. Who cares? Let's get something.
Right. And so he understands how to leverage power even with small margins, and I think that that's a good attribute. I think that's a necessary attribute.
But you bring up a great point that he may not have been the most progressive politician or in his career up to the point before he got the governorship, and then he was enabled to be progressive because he was given the state house, the state legislature. So we can't just judge people based on where their stances are right now or what they've done in the past.
Right, circumstances dictate a lot of it.
Yeah.
Camera battery died. I'm looking for the other one.
Oh, the camera's done?
Yeah, they can hear you.
They can hear us?
They can hear you.
Okay. That means I can take my shoes off now, and nobody will see it.
Is it plugged in, like charging?
No, it's running on battery. So I have another battery, but I can't find it. So just let them know it'll be a second.
Yeah, so folks, we're having video issues, not audio. It'll be just a second as we swap out batteries.
This is live streaming. This is how it is.
Mm-hmm.
You just keep rolling with the punches.
You do.
So now you got the radio version of the Josiah and Guy show.
Now that's why we gotta have NPR style, like where we just whisper, like so. So how's your time? So how's your time been here at the DNC?
Well, I've really gotten to know myself over the course of the last few days. A lot of time to reflect, and I tell you, this place is ready to pop. It's ready to explode.
It is ready to explode. I should tell you that I just stubbed my toe and I'm in crippling pain at the moment.
Lord.
I am about to shout for the first time. The pain is excruciating.
Holy moly!
There's something about. There's something very soothing about NPR commentators. Like, they calm me down. I feel so zen. I tend to get a little animated.
I think they do it on purpose because, like, most people are probably listening in their car, and driving is usually a pretty not good experience, you know? There's at least one moment of rage per car trip.
You were in Hollywood, so you know Conan O'Brien, probably personally, but
No.
Conan O'Brien, when he gave the 2013 Correspondents' Dinner, he roasted NPR. He was like, NPR wins the award for most likely to record a podcast with a sleeping baby in the room.
That's great.
Yeah. Shh. Yeah, that sort of thing.
Yeah. I love their personalities, though. NPR is always good. Like, I don't think I've ever tuned NPR and I'm like, this is just, God, what is happening right now?
Yeah.
Same thing with Frontline, like PBS, NewsHour, all these programs.
Have you ever watched Firing Line? I think it tends to be a bit more conservative.
What is that? What station is that?
I think it's like, there's this, I'm blanking on the guy's name. Is it Firing Line or something? There's a program. No.
Okay.
There's a program associated with William F. Buckley, conservative commentator and thought leader from like the 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s. And he had some sort, I think it was called Firing Line. And he interviewed people in he interviewed Noam Chomsky and Gore Vidal and people like that. And I think it's called Firing Line. So I saw George Conway, former Republican strategist, ex-husband of Kellyanne Conway.
He's here too.
I know. We should try to have a conversation with him. That guy. You want to talk to a man who has lived his principles?
Yeah.
Like, he puts country over party. Even though I imagine we disagree enormously on policy, but
I believe he would vote for a Republican in a heartbeat if he could.
Right. Well,
but he is willing temporarily to join us.
But let's be clear about that. Let's give him his credit.
Yeah.
He can vote for a Republican. He is making the choice not to because he recognizes his party is unrecognizable.
Sure.
He puts country over party, and you know, I'm hesitant to lionize never-Trumpers who supported Trump in the past. I give them credit. I hesitate to lionize them because to me Donald Trump is who he's always been. So it's like, were you just so dishonest that you didn't see who he was, or is your judgment that poorly?
Yeah.
But I think that George Conway has done some really remarkable. Did you know he actually donated I think he actually took money out of like his savings and his like kids' trust funds and stuff like that. He did college funds and stuff like that to donate to the Biden-Harris campaign. Like he put his money where his mouth is. Like dedicated a ton of money to it.
Pretty successful guy, so I'm sure.
Oh yeah, I'm sure he's not impoverished. As a
right. I
result
don't
of
think
this.
he like took out a mortgage on his house.
The video will be back in about 30 seconds.
Wow, I can just feel the viewers leaving. Okay, every second I feel 100 viewers leave every second. Okay, so no pressure. They're
too much pressure, man. I'm nervous.
We're chilling.
Did you ever listen to "Party in the USA" by Miley Cyrus?
Yes, I love that song.
So anytime someone
Party in the USA.
Exactly. That was Miley Cyrus. You all couldn't see it, but she was here and briefly became my co-host.
Wow.
Yeah.
That was incredible.
I became
Starstruck
hers.
moment. She walked by and just yelled that and ran.
Are we back?
Austin should be here pretty soon as well. So.
Oh wow.
Are we back now? Yep. Cool.
Okay.
So yeah, there you go.
Well, we've gone through the Senate. What else? What about Woodstock, North Carolina again? I know we did on stream, but your boots on the ground. That is the state people are saying could flip, and I think if we're gonna flip anything, it's North Carolina.
So let's talk about North Carolina. Well, wait, there are no Senate seats running in North Carolina, I don't think.
No.
Yeah, but so here's the
It's
thing.
the governorship and president.
North Carolina is a purple state. It is. If you look at Pew Research, if you look at polling data, for every one registered Republican, you will find a registered Democrat. It's just how it is. Okay. If anything, there are more registered Democrats than Republican, and voting patterns tend to identify with this too. But again, what Republicans are good at is when they get power even briefly, they act swiftly and decisively and ruthlessly to entrench that power. So, prior to the last election, we had a 7-7 congressional split. There were 14 congressional seats in North Carolina, 14 electoral votes, and it was 7-7. That's how split it was. Republicans won a Supreme Court majority in North Carolina. There was a challenge to the maps. The maps were challenged, overthrown by this right-wing Republican state Supreme Court. The Republican legislature passed new maps. And now it's going from a 7-7 to a 10 to potentially 11 to 4, 10 to 4, 11 to 3. We lost Jeff Jackson, one of the finest young, Democrats. His seat basically. Yeah, exactly. And so he's running now for North Carolina Attorney General, and the current North Carolina Attorney General, Josh Stein, is running for governor. So.
Well, and just to again emphasize how egregious that gerrymandering is, you said 11 to 3. This is a state that basically voted 50-50 for president. So why in the world would Republicans have 11 out of 14? That makes no sense.
Or even 10 out of 4, even if you go with a more conservative route. It's absolutely unacceptable. And listen, I want to be clear, because people sometimes get on me in my comments section, well, Democrats have gerrymandered too. Yes, Democrats, of course, have gerrymandered. I'm not saying that that's okay.
Thank you.
There has been a level of, there's been a level of that gamesmanship on both sides. Of
course.
But Republicans are much, much more egregious about it. So, yeah, that's another reason why we have to pass, by the way, the John Lewis Voting Rights Act.
Right. And I'll hold this for a while. I'll give you a break.
Yeah, thank you.
One of the things, though, that Democrats do when we get in power is fight for independent commissions. You want me to hold it? Or?
No, so you can take a drink.
Oh, no, I already did. I did.
Oh, gotcha.
I got it. I'll give your arm a break. We pass independent commissions in order to draw the maps and make it more fair. And like in Michigan, we did that. In California.
New York.
Jeez,
New York, many would argue we gave the farm away by giving just so many Republican seats in New York, which is a blue state. Governor Hochul caught so much flack for that.
And we lost that battle. And that's the only reason Republicans are able to win in the midterms is because the maps were overturned. We pushed it too far, basically. But those seats are going to return to us, George Santos. I've heard that we may win the House just from New York. That's what Hakeem Jeffries has said as well. Yeah. But one thing we talk about with the House, and I think I mentioned this to you, there's only 30 seats that were won by 5% or less. So we're not going to have a 50-seat majority, 60-seat majority. That's why I always scoffed when I heard the Republicans say 100-seat majority in 2022 because the red wave. The most they were going to get is 20, maybe if things went really well. So we're still going to have a small majority, and it's going to be a little difficult to govern. But
if Leader Jeffries has a fraction of the talent of Speaker Emerita Pelosi, which I'm confident he does.
I think so.
We're gonna be just fine.
Yeah.
We're gonna be just fine, especially compared to the clown show coming from the Republican Party.
Right. And I think he's demonstrated that because the Democrats have governed from the minority this entire Congress. We talked about how every must-pass bill, the debt ceiling being raised, the government being funded, had more Democratic votes than Republicans.
Right.
That's insane. That means we won. We got more of what we wanted.
Yeah.
In the minority.
Yeah. It also, unfortunately, just goes to show that we have to create an incentive structure where good governance is rewarded.
How you doing?
Good.
Just want to introduce ourselves. I'm Guy. I'm a live streamer. I'm really important on Twitch. Yeah.
Hey,
Can you
Guy.
come join us? Not right now, but at some point later.
Yeah, I can even do it now.
You want to come hang out?
Yeah, please.
Can we get another chair in here? We're with Progressive Victory.
Okay. Yeah. I'm familiar.
You've probably heard the name. They've been doing some events. We're gonna get a third chair in here. You want to scoot this over in the middle. We'll make sure we're all in frame.
Are they doing the Creators Lounge? Who's doing the Creators Lounge?
It's over there. Everybody's like, you walk in, yeah.
Just let us know if we need to move in.
Scoot in.
Okay. All right, can you stay put?
We're gonna become best
We're gonna
friends.
crowd you.
Yeah, no problem. I'm
All right,
familiar.
we'll keep this in the middle.
Okay, see us. And by the way, I'm Josiah with Ponder Politics. Nice to meet you.
Oh, nice to meet you, Josiah.
Yeah. All right. Well, how's things going for TYT here? I saw you guys had a bunch of guests. Charlie Kirk yesterday. How did that work out?
It worked out pretty well, actually. So what we keep doing with Charlie, we did it at the RNC, and we're doing it here at the DNC, is fight on the things we disagree on, which is plenty. 80% out of 85, 98, I don't know. But also find the 2 to 20% we agree on.
Yeah, sure.
And so and it's starting to surprise people because, so for example, he's also against private equity owning residential homes.
Okay.
Right? And so housing's a huge problem, and if we can get the populist right wing and the populist left wing to fight for paid family leave and preventing private equity from buying all of our homes, I'll take the win.
But what just real quickly, like I'm sure your solution is a lot different from his solution. Is that fair to say or no?
That's what I assumed.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that the devil's in the details, and
Right.
there'll be a lot of wrangling, and especially because on their side, they're gonna have so many donors who care. Right.
Yeah.
Now, it's not that the Democrats don't have those donors; they have the same donors. That's why we don't have those solutions already. But it's a little bit different. It's definitely a little bit different. But in terms of like just a conversation, no, our ideas are pretty similar.
Okay.
And he says like 100 billion, 10 billion cap. I forget if it was 10 or 100 billion. And then any company above that can't buy residential homes.
Okay.
Right. And I can work with that.
It's a starting point.
We'll figure out where the right number is. But yeah, so that's why it's been interesting. But of course, we talk mainly to Democrats, and so we got Jamie Raskin, Ro Khanna, Dean Phillips, my old friend from the primaries, coming on. And so, to your overall question, it's been electric here.
That's great.
Yeah, because I mean, there's just incredible excitement that it's a great ticket. We got a great chance of winning.
Yeah.
And the future looks bright all of a sudden.
So I want to ask you real quick on the follow-up on the Charlie Kirk thing, because that's not your first conversation or debate with him. Like, he's become a recurring sparring partner. You mentioned the devil might be in the details with respect to some of the policy, but to me the bigger devil is Trump. Here's my question. The notion of the populist right and the populist left working together, can that happen in a Republican Party controlled by Donald Trump that doesn't want to ever give a Democrat a victory? You see more of that gamesmanship on the Republican side. So would Republicans ever support something that they might privately support out of fear of provoking Trump? Does that make any sense? That he would punish them politically for working with Democrats in a bipartisan way?
Yeah, I like to think of myself as the most practical dude in the world.
Yeah.
Okay, so what I'm not is naive. So I'm not going to be like, oh my God, I bet Donald Trump does everything he says, right? First of all, I wouldn't want him to do everything.
Oh
he
my
says,
God, yeah, that'd be a nightmare. Worst case scenario.
Yeah. So no, look, all of those plans are almost impossible under a Republican administration.
Yeah.
Okay. So even if Charlie meant it, which is an if, right? And even if Trump meant it, which would be an if, right?
Right.
Even then, it would have enormous hurdles. And the minute a donor said to Trump, "Hey, I'll give you $100 million if
Sold.
he'd be like, "Oh yeah," then I'm not doing that plan at all, right? So I'm under no illusion there.
Yeah.
What's much more likely is when a Democrat is in office, that you build a populist coalition that provides enough pressure for them to do the democratic progressive policy proposals that we all want anyway.
Right.
Right. Like it's.
Sure.
Yeah. It sucks that we have to create pressure for our own, presidents,
Right.
and administrations when they're in office. But we're Democrats, so we're used to that.
Right.
They don't really want to do it. They're almost all corporate politicians, in my opinion. So we have to push and push and push. So if I can find allies in pushing to get Democrats to do democratic things, I'll take that win and I'll go forward and I'll try to get to a practical result.
I know you're pretty pleased, as am I, and I know Guy is as well, with the fact that Governor Walz is her running mate. The thing that I've been advocating for, that we've been talking about here on the stream, is that I think he brings like an aggressive governing principle to it. He has worked bipartisanly with Republicans in Congress, but as governor, his notion is, I won, you lost. If we can't work bipartisanly, I'll just do my thing anyway. Do you expect, do you think that the fact that Vice President Harris chose him means that she is receptive to that? That if we keep the Senate, if we take back the House and we win the White House, she's going to throw her weight around more than perhaps President Biden was willing to?
Yeah, there's a lot of really good signs. Now, it's not at all a done deal, and usually the odds are against you because then the donors take over after you get the win, right? But there's a lot of really interesting buzz here that I have not seen in quarter century of covering politics, okay? First of all, I was floored when she picked Tim Walz.
Yeah.
Right. I was for Governor Shapiro, but that's only because I assume there's no way they're going to pick Tim Walz, right? And I'm like, Shapiro's the second best, and oh my God, second best would be a dream, right? And plus, and I think Shapiro has some great advantages too, et cetera. But so when she picked him, to me, the most important part wasn't Tim Walz himself, although that's a giant win. It's the mindset that picks Tim Walz that's a winning mindset, right? If I was so scared she was going to pick Mark Kelly. Mark Kelly is Tim Kaine. That's a mindset of, I think I'm already going to win. I'm going to play prevent defense by picking Mr. Vanilla here, right? Okay. Whereas when you pick Tim Walz, you're saying, no, I want to win, and I'm willing to take small risks to get the job done. And this guy's he's got a legislative record of accomplishment that you can't argue with.
Incredibly robust.
Excites the progressive base. The establishment likes him perfectly fine. He was a governor. He was actually a moderate congressman, right? And Pelosi likes him.
Right.
So it's a very unifying pick.
You had AOC and Joe Manchin same day of all people saying, yeah, Tim Walz is a great pick. Yeah.
So 100%. And I'm now in the flabbergasted position of being on Pelosi's side 2 times in a row.
How's it feel, Cenk?
It's amazing. It's amazing. So, and actually for the first time in my life, I started being a master legislator, right? In that case, not a legislation, but maneuvering behind the scenes. And I was thrilled to have her on our team, right? And so we helped to push Biden now. We're now gained 10 points instantly. She was right. I was right. But most importantly, the movement was right. Axelrod, Carville, etc. And forgetting who was right and wrong, you were gained 10 points in a presidential election to beat Donald Trump. So, oh God, I feel great about that. Okay, but back to the things to be excited about. Not only does she have that mindset, but then she does an economic populist proposal, right? The housing, the
inflation. 3 million new houses, I think.
Yeah,
That's what she said.
And she released more today. So now I'm like, wait. That is amazing, because now that puts them on the defense.
Right.
And Democrats almost never get this strategy right. Like, see, for a lot of establishment Democrats, they think progressives are the enemy, right? No, you knuckleheads. We're not trying to get Trump elected. We're trying to get our side elected.
Right.
And we're trying to pass the damn bills. And in order to pass the bills, what you have to do is be aggressive. And that your number one opponent as a Democratic voter is the donors. The donors are the wall you got to get past. And in order to get past them, you need a strong Democrat who's willing to take some chances to get it done. So Kamala Harris has now proven twice that she is that strong Democrat, and she made the right decisions. And Tim Walz could help her by saying, look, here's what I did in Minnesota. And that worked. And then I did this, and that worked.
Right.
And that's not to usurp. That's just to say, here, I'm here to help.
Yeah.
Right? And Tim Walz is the perfect I'm here to help guy.
Yeah, before I give the mic back to Guy, I just want to say to validate James' views here, I think it says something that Ron Klain, President Biden's former chief of staff, famously said that he caught more shit from the moderates. Like the progressives had President Biden's back more than the moderates was. So to validate your point that the progressives were stronger allies to the Biden administration.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you, Cenk, about the Biden's presidential run, because you were always saying we got to get him out, and you had your own campaign. But then when AOC came out and said, I'm fully behind him, when Bernie came out and said, I'm fully behind him, it seemed like an opportunity for the progressives to gain some power because no one was stepping into that void, and it was a win-win situation. If Biden steps down, they're still going to be lauded for supporting him, and obviously it was going to be Kamala no matter what. So I wonder, what did you see that made you say, no, we still got to push Biden out, even when people like Bernie were saying he should be our guy?
So look, I love Bernie and AOC, and I appreciate them so much. But that doesn't mean they're strategically correct. And by the way, we could agree on strategy 90% of the time, and 10% go, hey, we don't agree on this, right? Our goals are the same: paid family leave, higher minimum wage, universal health care, etc. So it's perfectly normal to disagree on tactics from time to time, right? So in that case, I already thought that Biden had a 0% chance of winning. And by the end, even his own advisors were leaking, we have a 0% chance of winning, right? So people couldn't get that through their head. They just thought I was against Biden, in which in this binary world, they think that means you're pro-Trump. I'm like, guys, how is it anti-Trump to guarantee him a victory, right?
Sure.
So I didn't care that Bernie and AOC thought, oh, this will help us within the party and the machinations. I'm like, guys, there ain't going to be a party because Trump's going to be president. And if Trump's president, then all of these strategies and tactics are useless.
But do you think that AOC and Bernie didn't think Biden could win and they were just doing it for strategic reasons? Or it seemed like they genuinely thought Biden could win?
No, they were.
So that's why I was like, what did you see differently? You just thought it was just a difference of strategies?
No, they were genuinely wrong. And so they were genuine, and that they really thought Biden could win.
I see.
But look, I don't want to speak too much against.
Sure.
But
I'm not asking you to criticize him. I'm just curious what you saw differently.
Yeah, what I saw differently was the polls, and I was shocked. Not at Bernie and AOC specifically, honestly at everyone. I mean, we shouldn't put it just on them. Outside of Axelrod, Carville, and Pelosi, there weren't that many people on our side, right? And what our side saw, and Nate Silver and Ezra Klein, et cetera, what our side saw was the numbers, because we're professionals. And so you look at a approval rating in the 30s, unless you're doing wishful thinking, no incumbent has ever come back from that. It was literally impossible. And Joe Biden couldn't even talk or walk. So, I mean, and when I say that, people get super angry. But guys, we've got to be realistic in order to win, right? It doesn't help to be in la-la land and support your guy 200% when he's in retirement, right?
I hear you.
Because so what I saw was the underlying numbers. The approval rating was abysmal and unrecoverable. He lost the Latino vote, which is unrecoverable. He lost the youth vote, which is unimaginable. And then he was down. He was bleeding African American voters. He had no chance of winning. That's what I saw. I think that folks, and I love them, and they meant well. And I don't just say that about Bernie and AOC. I mean it about the rest of the Democratic Party too, right? Nobody meant harm, right?
Of course.
Right? And actually, I'll pause there to say, what's frustrating to me is that when we do strategy to help the Democratic Party, everyone always assumes we mean harm and that we have bad intent. And that's super frustrating, especially in circumstances like this. We're not always right, of course, right?
Yeah.
But especially in circumstances like this where we were right, and everybody's constantly punching us in the face, going, how dare you, how dare you? And I kept thinking, and you saw the frustration from Axelrod, Carville, and all those other guys, and I mentioned them because they're not progressives, right? And we were all ripping our hair out, whatever hair Carville had left, right? Right? Going, why can't you guys read numbers, right? Like, it's right there. We've been doing this for a quarter of a century, and for them, 2/4 of a century, right? he's not going to win no matter how much you wish it. Anyway, so my bottom line is I don't assume bad intent from the other side.
I figure.
I assume they also want to win. We just disagree on strategy and tactics, and I wish we would get that same in return.
Quick question, I'll hand it back to my colleague here. Would you do anything different with your presidential run? I know your intent was originally to get people to get into the race by getting 20% in the polls. You even talked about perhaps winning Vermont. And I'm just curious, based on your experience, if you could go back, would you have done anything different?
That's a great question. Nobody asked me that. No, I wouldn't. Would I do some little tactics different? Of course, right? But overall, I wouldn't do anything different because, I knew that it was an enormously low probability, right? And so for me, winning was almost impossible. But it wasn't impossible. If I had won the naturalized citizen case, there was a tiny pathway. But I told everybody in the beginning, I literally told the audience, there's about, at best case scenario, 2% chance here. But what our real goal is to push Biden now. And that is actually eminently doable. And everyone thought, no, it's not possible, you can't get out. And so did I get to 20%? No, I peaked at 2%, right? And which, by the way, a lot of governors and senators don't get. So I'll take it. I beat Michael Bennett's standard. Okay,
Senator from Colorado.
Right. So, anyways, but I couldn't get others in the race other than Dean Phillips. He joined a little bit after I did, right? And so we couldn't make enough of a dent into how people were thinking, so we couldn't get it done on our own. But Dean and I just talked about this. We ran into each other. Yeah. And what we did was, all of us together, we laid the groundwork so for when the debate happened and people kind of snapped out of it, they were like, oh, right, those guys have been saying this for a while. And that foundation helped us to get to the right place. So I'm pretty much thrilled with how it went.
Wow. Okay.
Because it wasn't about me.
Yeah.
And so, and I do this all the time, and people don't believe me, but it's okay. That's our lives. Which is that I throw myself under the bus so that we can actually win, right? So I knew that when I ran, people were going to be like, who the hell do you think you are? You're not going to win. You're not even born here. Get out of here. And in South Carolina, when we went to court over it, the Democratic Party said, we do not want to be associated with you, okay? And I knew that they were going to say things like that. And so, you take all that battering, because I was, for right or wrong, I was positive that we weren't going to win with Biden. And I did. And remember, sometimes people say, oh, you have to support Biden, or they did in the old days, because you don't know how much it affects marginalized communities. Are you guys kidding me? I'm Muslim. Right? There's no more marginalized community when Trump says, I want to ban Muslim people from the country, and if you protest in favor of Palestinians, I'm going to arrest you and deport you. So I'm first on the chopping block. So I did whatever I needed to do, including even potentially embarrassing myself, to make sure Donald Trump didn't win.
Okay, fair enough.
So one of the recurring theses of my political commentary is Supreme Court reform. I know you're very passionate about that as well. President Biden, around the time that he announced that he wasn't seeking re-election, finally came out and endorsed Supreme Court reform. Doesn't go far enough as I would like, but term limits, a constitutional amendment, and I think ethics requirements as well. How much would you like that to be a priority of the Harris campaign? Because some people would say, Cenk, that that's a bridge too far. We don't want to be seen as too disruptive. Others like me, and I don't know if I have the data to support it, but just my instinct is maybe Democrats should spend more political capital campaigning on reforming a deeply unpopular Supreme Court. So how much of this would you like to be a center point of the Harris campaign?
Yeah. On that one, I would leave that to after the campaign. So ethics is very doable. Ethics reform is very doable after the campaign. And term limits is a really interesting idea, and that conversation should begin, et cetera. I wouldn't do it during the campaign because there's some issues that, although you might be 100% right about, it is not necessarily winning ground. Right. So, for example, what we were just talking about. So I'm born Muslim American by culture, et cetera. But if they said to me, hey, should we emphasize Muslim American rights in this campaign, I'd say no. Right. Okay, that's going to needlessly turn off some people. Oh, that's not right or fair that it turns off people. Yeah, it's of course not. But that's a long-term project for us. Fair. Let's win this campaign, and then we'll go. So on the Supreme Court, there's something that instinctual where it feels like you're attacking part of the constitutional system, and when you're trying to make the case that Trump is a threat to the constitutional system, I wouldn't go in the direction of even triggering that thought for people.
Right. And to clarify, it's not that you believe that, it's just that you think that in bad faith could become the narrative.
Yes, that's exactly right.
Because if I understand correctly, you do want major reforms to the Supreme Court of the United States.
Yeah, the only thing I don't agree with is packing the court. Okay, so I don't believe in adding justices. But ethics reform is desperately needed, and term limits is a super interesting idea because, look, the court is what's killing us. This is actually a huge part of my book, Justice is Coming. And the chapter I'm most proud of is chapter 4, and that explains how Lewis Powell and Richard Nixon did this plot to take over the Supreme Court because they knew that was a linchpin to get corporate rule, and they were totally right.
Yeah.
So until we get the Supreme Court, either an amendment that goes above them, which is what I really want, and I started a group called Wolfpack to try to make that happen. Either an amendment or
to
a
clarify
massive...
the amendment to do what specifically?
To get big money out of politics.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
So I would end all private financing of elections.
So it would undo like Citizens United or go further still?
Yes.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Because look, changing the Supreme Court could get you a Supreme Court decision that's critical to saving our democracy.
Yeah.
But going above the Supreme Court and making an amendment makes it permanent, because we need to rewrite the code to say, and by the way, we didn't need to rewrite the code until the Supreme Court lied.
Created the code in the first place.
Yeah, because the Constitution doesn't say we should have money in politics. In fact,
but money's speech, Cenk. What are you talking about?
Nonsense. You know what they are? And Lewis Powell literally called them this in his infamous Powell memo in 1971. He said we need activist justices to give us corporate rule.
And they did.
And they did.
Profit, yeah.
Yeah, and because it's not in the Constitution that we should have big money in politics. Instead, they said, we interpret freedom of speech to mean unlimited money, right?
Yeah.
And that's what has done the most damage to our democracy by an order of magnitude.
Yeah.
That's what we have to reverse.
About like 2 or 3 weeks ago, I interviewed Sheldon Whitehouse, and he was very candid because, and I teed him up for it. My view is, under our current system, instead of having 3 co-equal branches, which we don't have, the Congress is always supposed to be the most powerful. But in our current system, the Supreme Court of the United States is effectively the final boss of democracy. They get to tell the president what to do. They get to tell Congress what to do with no checks on their authority. And so that's why I was curious, to me, it seems like it would be a dice roll to try to campaign on this vigorously, but you would caution against that for right now and leave it until after the campaign.
Yeah, I would, yeah.
Fair enough.
I just want to ask, we appreciate your time. I'll ask one final question for you. Are you optimistic about the future of this country? I know you seem, obviously you were concerned about Biden winning, and you said 0% chance, but now that Kamala's there and Tim Walz are there, we still have Donald Trump and MAGA, and they're not going anywhere anytime soon. We still have these obstructionist Republicans in the House, and I think we're going to win it, but it's not going to be a huge majority, so they're still going to be around. So I'm curious, how has your vision of America changed, or your outlook on America changed?
Yeah, no, so I'm an eternal optimist, and so we started something on the Young Turks called Operation Hope. Okay. And the first project was knock Biden out. Okay, so we're 1 for 1. Okay. Now number 2 is something we're calling Trump brackets, and it's we got a URL for TrumpBrackets.com, and it's people have submitted hundreds of the worst things that he has said or done, and now we're gonna boil it down to 64 and do a March Madness style brackets and get to the very worst thing that Donald Trump has ever done or said. So that's on TrumpBrackets.com. But I bring up Operation Hope because of your question. What we're constantly doing is finding different ways. Our audience, I do a town hall every Wednesday with them, and we all strategize about how can we help? Yeah. How can we make this country better? Right. So for example, there's a Maine ballot initiative to get money out of politics. If you're in Maine, please vote on that issue, okay? So, so my vision for the future is, do I think, look, I'm not a standard Democrat, everybody knows that, right? So do I think that, Kamala Harris wins and she's an angel and she says, I'm done with the donors and we're gonna pass every Democratic priority? No chance, okay? So that doesn't mean she's not gonna do great things. It means that we have to set up an environment for her to be able to get past the wall of donors to do right things, right? We talked about it earlier with Tim Walz. Hey, look, let's pass paid family leave first. It's at 84%. You're saving American moms. It's a giant victory. And then you build leverage. And then maybe we do child tax credit. And maybe we do the next thing.
Start somewhere.
Yeah, and these are all incredibly popular. And so either Kamala Harris is going to choose to do that for the first time, actual incremental path. Not like I'm assuaging you guys with 5%, 10%. But no, I'm actually on a road to get to the things that we care about, like universal health care, et cetera, which is difficult, but you build up leverage to get there, right? But if she turns out she's not, which is eminently possible, and I don't want anybody in the audience at that point like having their hearts broken and getting dispirited, because that happened. And again, I don't know, everybody has a different audience, but Obama got everybody so excited and hope and change, and then he delivered 5%. And then so many people that think differently than standard Democratic voters, that were younger Democratic voters, newer Democratic voters, got dispirited and lost all interest and left politics, right? So what I don't want that happening. So what I want you to realize is if Kamala Harris doesn't get it done, and she goes in the Obama-Biden path, according to me, right, for what it's, take that for what it's worth. And if you, by the way, a lot of people don't want a lot of change. So they say, hey, man, I love the 15% change that Biden gave me. I don't want more than 15% change. Then hey, God bless, that's democracy, and et cetera. But if you're in the camp of I want a lot of change, universal health care, et cetera, and getting money out of politics, which is so difficult, right? Then either she's going to do it, or if not, we find another way, right? Keep moving forward. Keep moving forward. And the next time we move forward, please, if you're Democrats, don't get upset, right? We're trying to get to the same solution in a different way. And in order to do that, sometimes you have to apply pressure on your own party. And that doesn't mean you hate them. That means you're actually trying to get the bills passed. And at the same time, last thing I'll say is, are there people on our side that are unproductive? Of course, right? And so some people who don't understand politics well, they go, oh my God, let's get Medicare for all immediately, right out of the gate. And I'm like, guys, I would love that. But it is not practical. It's not realistic. You have to build up power and leverage. You have to figure out how to strategize around donors that are going to spend billions of dollars against you, trying to ruin the careers of Kamala Harris, Tim Walz, et cetera. If you just blunder in, you're going to be counterproductive, right? But if you've got a strategy for getting to those goals we all agree to, then great. You do your strategy, we'll do our strategy, and let's meet in the middle.
Fair enough. Yeah. I just want to say thanks for your defense of Josh Shapiro. That was you putting yourself out on a limb. That wasn't a popular position, definitely amongst your base and your followers. And I think it was a surprise to many, but I think it was just, and I think you hit some real good points, and people needed to hear it. So I appreciate that.
Thank you, brother. And I'll tell you just real quick, the reason I did it is manyfold, but one of them was because he got a lot done, and people were being unfair to him.
Right.
And I'm like, look, guys, so especially on the issue of Israel, if you think it's about Jewish people instead of the right-wing government of Israel, then you're on a wrong path. And I'm not on that path. I don't want to be on that path. And I got no interest in that, okay? So, the best fighters for peace, not just now, but historically have been Jewish Americans, whether it's civil rights or any other issue that's ever happened. And Josh Shapiro is wonderfully progressive on so many issues. So are there a couple of things I disagree with him on? Of course, but that's life and that's politics. And another thing that I loved about Josh is that he's strategic. And this is exactly what we're talking about with Tim Walz and now Kamala Harris making great decisions, right? You give me somebody strategic, and I will take that brother any day and every day because they're going to make the right plan to get to the right place. And by the way, that's not the last you've seen of Josh Shapiro, right? He's got an amazing future ahead. Can't wait to help him and support him in other ways so we could all win together.
It's awesome. Yeah, I'll let my colleagues say one.
I just want to thank you for going on Piers Morgan and constantly pushing back on the centrism and stuff like that and the asymmetry. I love it. Seeing Mehdi Hassan, Destiny, you people like that on there and pushing back. I love it. It's great stuff. Really appreciate your time, man. Thank you. Yeah.
Thanks for
Cenk Uygur from the Young Turks. The man, the myth, the legend. Yeah. Appreciate it. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, thank you guys. That was great.
Thanks, Cenk. Appreciate it. Hey, what would be the, because we can try to get this footage to you, what would be the best way to get in touch with your people?
Yeah, so send it to Kara, that's Kara, at tyt.com.
Perfect. Thanks, man.
Okay?
Appreciate it.
Thanks, guys. Thank you again.
Let them know we're going for a walk.
We're going for a walk. I almost like did that into the microphone. We're going for a walk.
have a marker?
Can you hold this for just a second? 'Cause I don't want to forget that person's name. Oh, yeah, yeah.
I just want to mark my marker. There's a way to do that.
Is this still live? I'm talking into it right now.
Not interrupting. Under no circumstances.
Well, that was
I don't know if there's enough bandwidth for any video.
that was not Mr. Beat.
At my hotel, I spent 48%,
Oh.
5 hours. Can I try to log in here? What else? Okay. It's so easy to forget the way I'm trying to get it done.
All right, we're live, right? Okay. Hey, do I need to talk into this?
We're about to go for a walk. We're not.
Okay.
But you can.
We're gonna go for a walk. Yeah, while you guys are getting ready. Okay. That was Cenk Young. I don't know how to pronounce his last name. From the Young Turks. I said, hey, you do good work, and he doesn't know who I am, so whatever. But yeah, like I got food, so that's where I was. I know all of you were really sad that I was gone, but I'm back now, and I'm kidding. None of you were sad. So it's the time of the day. We've noticed the same thing yesterday. Around this time, 3 o'clock is when it starts to get a lot more crowded, a lot more people showing up. We're going to show you that here in a moment. And I think everybody's just trying to catch their breath right now. But yeah. So yeah, let's talk about how there should be. Let's talk about on the road. There should be more than 435 representatives in the House of Representatives. How about that? Yeah, expand the House. Hashtag uncap the House. That's my pet issue.
Warn them that the audio is about to.
Okay, the audio is about to change.
Now they got you.
Are they all right? Okay. Oh, just there. Okay.
I'll take it.
It's a nice prop, though. All right.
I wish we could take this. Maybe tomorrow we can figure something out.
Yeah.
All right. Everybody out of my way.
Yeah, it's kind of pulling on some.
Oh, okay. All right. Pack some of that in. Yep. Although I should be able to do it now. Make a little straw. And then put it in the pocket. Yeah, it's fine. And if you don't mind, if you guys have one of your channels open, can you ask and make sure that they can hear? I think they can.
Yeah, so this is just a test to make sure you can hear. I'm gonna keep talking and check the chat. We're gonna go for another.
We go for a romp.
So we're not using this mic?
Can't.
Okay.
Unfortunately.
Okay.
I wish we could.
No problem.
Tomorrow I might be able to figure out a solution. Going for another walk. Well, how was that? That wasn't your first challenge drink, was it?
That was the first time I've talked to him, yeah.
Yeah?
I've been very critical of him, but I obviously I'm going to keep it just inquisitive, you know. I have a chance to ask him real questions.
Yeah. It went well.
Yeah,
That was a great conversation.
Yeah, I'm not going to say anything critical.
You didn't talk to him at a Politicon once? I could have sworn.
No, never seen him in my life.
That was Michael Tyler, the communications director for Biden. I kind of want to say something.
What's that?
We got Roland Martin from Roland Martin Unfiltered right there. If he wasn't like deep in conversation, I'd love to.
Oh, I don't know anything about it.
Damn it. A window will open up.
Yeah, back when the family would sit together and watch the show together.
Oh, Adam. He's right there. There's Adam.
There he is.
I can get us onto the blue carpet if we go like right now.
Let's go.
Adam, if you want to go on the blue carpet, they're letting you on like right now.
What are you?
If you want to go on the blue carpet, you have to go. No, not that blue carpet. The brown floor carpet.
I already have some blue carpet. Don't worry about it.
That man really just confusing.
What's Josiah doing?
Jordan.
All right, so my half of Team Hundo this way. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna.
You guys are actually viewing when it's like on my level. This is the cameras at my level.
You're going to see a lot of ball spots. You're going to see a lot of danger. You're going to see some clouds.
Yeah, so what I was kind of telling him is a lot of
So it's all good.
Gotcha. We just got done with an interview with Cenk Uygur.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so that was a good conversation to have. Here. Yeah, that was a good conversation to have. Florida. Who are you looking forward to talking to today? If you had your wish list, who is it?
Guided with his background. My wish list, like of Mayor Pete or somebody in AOC, that'd be really nice. I like that.
Oh, yeah, okay, gotcha. Did you see Secretary Buttigieg on Fox News?
Basically,
I'm just looking for our escort.
We got all these cameras.
Looking for an escort. Take us to the blue room.
They probably left without us.
Wait, are there the tours that do every 15 minutes?
I don't know.
Probably the temporary floor passes, yeah.
Good, then we'll just loiter then.
Oh, we can just hang here, right?
well, let's start up the live stream now.
We can hang
Yeah.
here.
What is up,
There's
everybody?
a bunch of creators like right behind
We are
us.
here
so
with
I'm
Pondering
sure
Politics.
Some will pop out.
Otherwise,
I think this is a good spot to hang anyways, to catch people.
Anybody in chat know IRI? I'm really important. Pondering Politics.
Yep.
Then we have Mr. B.
Mr. Beat, hop in here.
Yeah.
You guys know Mr. Beat, the history professor.
Here, take this.
They're going to associate. I'm Mr. Beep. I have a political history channel, a lot of president stuff, so that's what brings me here.
We get recognized all over the place. Nice. Big shot.
Big liberal audience. I want to ask you. I have some good.
Liberal.
Oh, you're fine.
No, I just make fun of words. Yeah, Ashton's my
Thanks for being we'll have to have a history channel. Live stream segment.
Who have you talked to today?
We literally went live 3 minutes ago while we were walking
okay.
over here.
All right.
Essentially, we might head back to the blue carpet soon though.
What is that area you were in? Why is it called? What is it?
It's like the red carpet, but for liberals, so it's a blue carpet.
So people go there to be interviewed?
Yeah, it's like an interview slot time, and they slot circus and television. So yeah, we actually have to head back there soon because we're talking to Michael Cohen for a minute.
Gotcha.
Wow.
We'll text you if we end up finding something about the blue carpet.
And either way, come back because we have a spot on the blue carpet for hours. So I want you guys all to pop on the live stream. Yeah. I don't want to be yapping about myself.
Nope, be there.
Blue carpet, let's head back.
All right, we're gonna hang here, I guess. Okay. Probably not a bad spot to have beer.
We streamed for like 7 hours while eating this.
Yeah, I forgot to eat yesterday myself.
It's intense. It's fun.
Sleep well this weekend.
Oh, we gotta say hi. Jessica!
Massive fan.
Hi, my name is Josiah from Pondering. You are like I'm the unofficial president of your fan club. Yeah.
You're a rock star. I'm Guy.
I'm Adam from Midas Touch. You know Midas Touch?
I do, yeah, I know you guys. Yeah.
You're so good. You're amazing.
Yeah.
I'm like.
This is Jessica Tarlov of Fox News. She is the voice of sanity on Fox. Hardest job in legacy media. It's incredible. I appreciate you guys. Awesome. You said good
Enjoy.
things.
Have a good convention.
Yeah. Are you going to be on frequently tonight? Yeah.
All right, let's head back to the blue carpet.
I called you last night. It was awesome. Sorry, I'm starstruck. Yeah, it's awesome.
We appreciate you going into the arena and duking it out with those guys. It's amazing to watch every night. Yeah, you're a rock star. We won't keep you.
Good luck.
You're not keeping me at all. Oh, you guys in the creator lounge?
Yeah, we're just hanging around, catching people doing interviews.
Yeah.
We're YouTubers.
I'm aware of this ecosystem. My uncle loves it.
There you go.
Jessica, can I get a picture with you? Would that be a problem?
Yeah, we can take a picture, but I can't be on it.
Yeah, we're ready to go.
No, you won't.
Oh, you're
It's just. It's just.
Yeah, you guys really fun to meet you.
Nice to meet you. That's cool.
It happened. Chat, it happened. Yeah.
I didn't know who she was, but
All right, next.
No, that was dope. She's a rock star.
I've seen her a couple times.
The hardest job in media.
Yeah, she's with on the 5, right?
Yes, on the 5.
Yeah, I recognize.
Yeah, that's the #1 show on Fox News too.
You just saw the reason.
The service.
Jordan Klepper from The Daily Show.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah. That's cool. Okay,
Yeah,
sure.
I can go home now. I've done mine. Yeah.
You were totally fanboying.
Yes, I was.
She recognized you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
She's like in any videos of mine every week. So yeah. That's pretty cool. She puts out she's just phenomenal.
But she can go toe to toe with those guys.
She goes toe to toe with 4 out of the 5. It's incredible simultaneously.
She's not on there. It's somebody else. That's dope. It's interesting how people are chill with you stopping them. They're like, yeah, I want to talk. Why not? I just feel like we'd be bothering everybody, but no.
Yeah, aren't you when people stop you?
No, I'm happy to chat for a minute if it's something relevant, you know?
That's what I mean.
Yeah, that's true.
It's kind of pleasant even, right?
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Hey, do you know when I said that she's the voice of sanity?
On the Fox propaganda.
Did I say Fox Propaganda Network? Did I say Fox News? I can't remember.
Something about negative about Fox, but I don't think it was bad. No, when you said she's a Fox News, I was like, ooh, I don't know. But she is probably contractually signed with them.
You said listen to that bad.
She said she couldn't read
I don't think you said anything bad.
Well, I don't know who this guy is with the camera. I don't know, because she said she could be in the video.
Yeah. This is a good area to be in.
People doing it.
Okay.
He's listening back.
I did say it. I said Fox News. Okay, good. Thank God.
Yeah.
I was worried I just flat out insulted her employer to her face. I much to do that behind the scenes.
What would you have said instead?
I usually refer to Fox as the Fox Propaganda Network because it is, and I don't want to tell somebody that to their face who works there to undo the propaganda.
What would you have said instead, though? How would you have messed it up? Would you have said, "Oh, from Newsmax"?
No, instead of calling them Fox News, calling them the Fox Propaganda Network, which is what I usually do. So that is dope.
Big moment.
That is.
So who was in the creator room?
We didn't go in there. We were just walking on the outside.
I know, but like she got us over there for some reason.
Oh, she said that she had an opportunity for us to go down on the floor. There was somebody there that was coordinating it, and she said, let me go get my guys, and then they took off while she was trying to get us.
Yeah.
We'll get another option. We have time.
I should start going up there and
See?
Yeah.
What's
Waving at me or you?
No, you.
You guys want to go see what the floor looks like? We may not be able to go down.
We can't go down there.
Yeah, they
we can't
won't
go
let us
down,
in.
but we can sit from the.
They won't even let you go past this one.
Oh, really?
Anyway,
Who did you work tonight?
he's from Fox. He hosted the infamous 2020 debate, or moderated the 2020 debate between Trump and
Juicy.
Chris Wallace.
Oh, Chris Wallace.
Where is he?
He walked by. He had a gray suit on.
Oh, he's another huge fan.
Yeah, he's somebody who on Fox News is trying to find out facts. He's not with Fox News.
Helped Trump speak to the fire, and then Trump didn't have good things to say about him after he had an interview. I remember.
Is he still with Fox News? Chris Wallace? Yeah,
No, he went to like CNN.
He's a CNN guy now.
He was on the ill-fated CNN Plus.
I'm a big fan, sir. So I'm so sorry if you got to go somewhere, but I would love to take a picture if that's
No,
possible.
I'm just hanging out.
You help. My friends and I, we sit around we're all like poli-sci kids, and so we're like ones in the White House, ones doing that, and
Those
we're
are my
just,
people.
Yeah, I would love it a picture if you don't mind.
Yeah, thanks for what's your name?
Scott.
Scott, nice to meet you. Yeah, thanks for watching.
This way or that way?
Either way is fine.
Here you go. 3, 2, 1, 1, 1, 1. There you go.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. It was nice to meet you again.
Thanks for watching my videos.
Thank you.
Gosh, I feel like I'm upstaging.
No, this is actually Mr. Beat featuring Progressive Victor.
Right.
It's just cool that when I hear poli-sci, I know that's like my core demographic. Probably a lot of your audience too.
Are you tired of being the history guy, or you like contemporary?
I mean,
stuff?
but see, history is such a broad field that you have to narrow it, and so that's why I just up front say, no, it's political history what I cover. That's what I'm into the most.
Yeah.
Didn't you say that you were going to be transitioning into TikTok dance moves exclusively?
Yeah, let me go ahead and start.
Whoa!
Whoa!
See, I'm just, workshopping.
break.
Wouldn't that have been so awkward if he had just slipped and fallen right there, like twisted his ankle? Yeah.
When I was filming in there getting B-roll earlier, there was just some random girl wearing bright yellow, dancing like crazy. And I was looking around, why is she doing this? She did it for 10 minutes straight.
Wow,
so shout out to whoever that was.
Nobody filming?
It's a lot of
I
calories.
started filming, which probably was inappropriate, but
Yeah, he pulled out his phone yesterday when we were trying to get food, and he nearly got tackled by Secret Service. So, yeah. More security over here, dude. Real quick, what did Kyla say? Are we supposed to be back?
I think she's off doing her own thing.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
She's trying to arrange stuff for us, but
I think
she wanted to get us on the floor. She said
I think she was, but now she's off taking care of other things.
I have been trying to, so I'm going to do that finally. I've been trying to.
Oh yeah,
7
go.
years.
We'll stay right here.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah. The chatters are good at identifying people too. So if you guys see anybody, I don't know if none of us are looking at chat. Maybe Supreme is, but I wish there's a way they could let us know it's somebody, because they've been great.
I'll check to see.
When I went to Politicon, people are like, "That's this person behind you, and that's this person behind you." So it's like crowdsourcing.
Jackie Boy's tired. Thanks for watching.
Oh, that
Thanks for
guy
coming.
he is a stirrer of
Iron
doo-doo.
Jackie Boy.
He's got.
Oh, yeah, interesting.
We know him.
Yeah. Shout out to Iron Dragon.
Don't know Iron Dragon. Don't know that one.
This week is the 6th anniversary of the first Mr. Beat video I watched, the James Polk video, yes. James Polk, what do you think about James Polk?
I don't know anything about him. Cool name.
I argue he's the most underrated president in American history.
Dang, why?
Yeah, he's the reason why like the country doubled in size, like the Mexican-American War, the Treaty of Guadalupe Hidalgo.
Can you guys come together a little bit closer?
Accurate accent.
Together.
More about Mr. Polk.
Mr. James Polk, the 11th president of the United States. When he ran, before he even got elected, he said, "I'm just gonna like do one term. That's it." And then he had 4 goals, and he accomplished all 4 goals. He lowered tariffs, which I'm a fan of. You probably don't like tariffs as much either. He said, you know what, Mexico, we're going to settle that dispute with Texas. We're taking Texas. Settle the Oregon dispute. I'm giving a little history lesson right now.
It's an entertaining one.
I learned all this from a
else
They
is
Might
boring.
Be Giants song. Actually.
Yeah,
Mr. James
I have a James Polk song as well. Like, my music gets compared to They Might Be Giants a lot, actually.
You make music?
Yeah, I have songs about all the presidents.
You got a whole channel.
I've already written my Joe
Wanna
Biden
say hi?
song mostly, but
Yeah, come on in.
hey there, I like your buttons. Oh yeah, hey,
We got a hugger.
you got a hug.
I've been watching your videos since middle school.
Oh my gosh,
I'm 23 now.
holy crap!
Are you still teaching?
I left the classroom in 2021.
That's
I do this
okay.
full
You're
time.
doing better.
Thank you.
You're doing so much better.
Look at these buttons, man.
So all of my buttons on my yellow lanyard
Come
are
from Mardi Gras?
Well, I'll tell you, all these buttons on my yellow lanyard are from Pennsylvania, where I'm from.
Oh, nice.
And all of these are local election races.
Yeah.
They're important. On this, I'm sorry, I'm holding the wrong damn one. This one. This is just from the delegate, and then this is from the DNC. I love buttons. Collecting buttons is great.
I have lots of
I know
political
you
buttons.
have because you've shown them. Like,
Yeah. Oh, you've
Are you a delegate?
I am a delegate.
From which state?
Pennsylvania.
Okay, cool.
Great
man.
southeastern part of Pennsylvania.
What's it like to be a delegate?
Oh, this is the best thing I've ever done. I've loved politics since I was forever.
Yeah.
And this is like a dream come true.
Yeah.
I've always been in Democratic politics. I was at the polling place when Obama was elected, helping people. I was in it where, do you know Lincoln University? Or know of it?
I know of it.
It's the
Where's it
second
at?
oldest HBCU in the country, in Oxford, Pennsylvania. My mom helped as a poll watcher down there, and the Republican poll watcher challenged every student in 2008 on grounds of the ACLU came in, the Department of State came in, and they had to throw them out. But by then, the line was so long that we were giving people water, we were giving people pizza, hot chocolate. It was a cold, rainy day, but that was such an
Civic
honor.
duty.
It was such an honor. I was 7, but it was such an honor.
You'll
to
never
be with
forget
my
that
mom.
experience.
But my friend Welton's going to tell me that I'm talking to you right now. So,
I'll be hanging out if you
so
want.
I got a question. Who's your favorite president?
It's still George Washington. It's still George Washington. Eisenhower's my close second favorite.
That's
now.
my favorite.
I love Eisenhower. Yeah,
My
I like
favorite.
Ike.
I have, but everybody. I have a weird reason.
What's your reason?
Mine's weird. My reason is because we wouldn't be where we are today without Eisenhower.
In so many ways.
No Blue Star Highway system means no basically everywhere having electricity. No electricity means no broadband internet. Where you live in Kansas? Where are all the power lines? Where are all the internet cables? They're
By the
along the
roads.
interstates.
Yeah.
They're not where I live. I'm more in the suburbs, so they're everywhere. But when I go out to Central PA, they're on the main roads, and that's
Yeah.
how he designed it. And it was just a genius idea. And of course, the best part is that he implemented this idea when he came up with it 50 years before that.
Yeah.
From his
World War I
expedition when he was
experience,
in during what was World War I.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's I would say. Well, actually, I got to ask you. So I've done those tier list president things.
Yeah.
Where would you put Biden on your tier list?
I'd give him a B.
Really? Okay.
Yes.
Would you also give Obama a B, or would you put him down?
No, I'd give them both a B.
Both a B? Okay, why?
The reason, Biden is. You're a history teacher. You're a historian. Biden has gotten more legislation passed than any other president since LBJ.
Yeah.
And we have been in a polarized nation that's probably 10 times more polarized than LBJ's time was.
Makes it impressive.
It was a lot harder to do.
Yeah.
And that just is really impressive. Maybe some people don't like what he's doing. I personally do. But
obviously,
yeah. But I think he's done a great job. And Obama is
What are the
more
demerits
versatile.
then? Why a B? Why not an A?
I have to reserve an A for. I don't. So I watch Chris a lot from VTA, from Blogging Through History.
Oh yeah,
He
shout
talks
out to
about
Chris.
recency bias.
Yeah.
Recency bias a lot. I cannot give him an A
Until more time has passed.
Until more time's passed. Same reason I can't give Obama an A.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
I
yeah.
give Obama a B because of the ACA. That saved my life. Literally, I
Wow.
wouldn't be here because I have disabilities. I have a lot of medications I'm on. Those medications, some of them cost thousands of dollars just to get a 30-day supply.
Yeah.
Well, the ACA helped that a lot because now now my mom has health insurance and I get health insurance. I don't get that discrimination.
Especially in the Rust Belt in the wake of
Rust
the
Belt,
GFC,
yeah, it's huge. It's huge. But I still think Eisenhower's the best.
Well, that's cool.
Washington, I think Washington's a close second.
Yeah, I just thought it was the 1950s. We had this like misconception that it was like the ideal time in America.
No.
But actually, behind the scenes, it was like, holy crap, the end of the world could happen at any moment. And Eisenhower really.
The CIA stuff like that was
Yeah,
going on.
That
like,
was bad. I always say a lot of the clandestine, shady stuff the CIA was doing, Eisenhower didn't fully know about.
No, I don't think he did.
Yeah, so that's why I always.
I don't think Kennedy knew about it either.
Yeah, I mean even.
I think Johnson figured it out. I don't think Kennedy did.
Yeah.
Kennedy didn't have the time to figure it out.
Yeah. Well, Bay of Pigs, he learned a lot after that.
That's
Anyway,
can I just get a selfie?
Yeah, we better do that.
Do you mind taking it?
Sure.
I'm not great at it. Oh, that's my friend. I just texted you a picture.
Yeah. All right, here we go.
I wonder if I'm allowed to go with
Glad you caught me.
I'm so happy.
That was kind of funny. All right.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
Congrats. 1 million subscribers.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
huge.
Thank you.
It's huge, man. And,
Yeah, I appreciate
and
that.
I'm so glad that you're. Did you go to the RNC too?
I would have if they invited me, but no, I never got the invite. So maybe in 4 years. All right. So, what's up now?
I was going to see if his pass is going to allow him to bring other people down there.
Yeah,
It's at 6 p.m., I believe. The floor pass for 6 p.m.
Nice. Yeah,
The size over here playing Snake.
Snake? No. I told Jank that if we possibly could get them that footage, who would we send it to? Like if they want to do anything on their channel. So I'm just emailing this person.
If we were to look outside right now, we would see a massive crowd on the other side of that same thing. I mean, yesterday it was just a sea of people. We're seeing them all come in.
A little bit more orderly today, as
Yeah, yesterday was a zoo. The barnyard. All right. IRI's over there asking me big questions.
you gotta go over and see what Adam's up to. He's interviewing
Let's go ahead and
Michael
mosey
Cohen.
on over there, yeah.
Right? There it is. I guess we could do
And our deal is take it to the next level and really like be at the level of the CEO or the general counsel and help make decisions about what the company should do.
I'm not sure if I'm cool enough to join it, but you know what? We can get this footage. It's like we're right there. We're right there with them. Special access.
Let me tell you, she's the hardest job in media for both big fans. I can't imagine what it would be like to do what she does.
We look solemnly. Waiting
I don't know what
for
they're talking about.
companion to return.
Yeah, it's kind of one of those things. There's a lot of, you notice, Things just kind of happening spur of the moment.
Yeah. This is convention life, flying by the city of pain.
Yeah.
Make it happen.
Marketing and the hats. Excuse for the hats.
That's a good question. It's very Toy Story.
You feel like you're kind of on this, the center of the world.
Yeah? Is that where you feel?
Where a lot of it's weird to think that you're at a place where a lot of eyes are on it at the same time. It's usually not.
We're good.
Coming with me.
Hell yeah. 6 o'clock, you said?
Ferris Bueller? Come on.
No. Not right now. We're going to go on the floor. I applied for every primetime slot, just randomly.
Yeah.
And they approved it, so.
Oh, right now?
No, it's at 6. About an hour.
Congrats.
Yeah, 2.5 hours.
Actually, let me check my email.
Yeah. So then we'll have to time it to go live. So that's going to be dope. We're going to live stream from the floor of the DNC in about 2 hours.
Oh, Kyle got me a pass too. Nice.
What time?
You guys all passed us for 6.
Oh.
No, I got 5. You got 5. All right. I'll come down with you. All right. Well, that's excellent.
Can we do that where there's...
We're going to do that. You're going to say, this is my cameraman.
Yeah. Okay, let me read the whole instructions. Did you read all the
never broken rules in your life?
Yes, I have. I went beyond the white line, remember?
Well, that's true.
All right, is it next to gate 6? You remember?
Yeah, so I don't know. Yeah, this is where you go. The assistance. Okay. And that table. Next to it, that's where you exchange your passes temporarily.
Oh, okay.
Busy day.
And then he'll come with you too.
Wow.
That's how it's going to work for me too. Damn, I hope we have enough battery to do both.
Oh yeah, I think we will. Especially, I mean, if we get, it'll charge back up in 30 minutes. So, and it's only 4. Yeah, it's only 3:30.
Well, he's at 5,
Yeah.
and so you'll be down there for 30 minutes.
We could roam for the next hour. I could go back, do something quick. And
Yeah, I just don't want to run out of battery.
We got to go back
we'll be
out
fine.
to the
Where'd our buddy Josiah go?
He is in contact with Mr. Moss.
Oh, he's hanging out.
Back with Mr. Moss there.
Yeah, nice lighting there. So this is
You guys
actually
want to be on camera, or prefer not to, or? I was gonna ask you guys if you would like to see
This is the kid, I think, from Georgia who's dancing.
Is there a
getting caught up on emails.
Okay, we can go up there when Adam's done.
Okay.
We'll let them do their thing for a few minutes. We'll see. We'll keep looking around here and see if we find him. I'd like to talk to this kid. He's doing the interview over there. Let's see if we can grab him.
You guys are helping out at the DNC. Is this something you guys do every year? Or?
I'm going to go this way. I don't know.
Oh, you don't want to be in it? Okay. You're the official representative.
This is my first year. This is my first time ever doing anything like this. Yeah.
And have you been like a lifelong Democrat or supporter of the Democrats?
Yes, I was raised in a very blue home in a purple state, Michigan. So.
Oh, right on.
Yeah.
You don't have to do it.
Oh, but I love doing it. I'm from Pontiac, which is like 35 minutes north of Detroit.
I'm from Dearborn.
Oh, okay.
Cool. So Chicago's kind of like pretty familiar to you. I imagine you spent a lot of time there. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, who's come through this blue carpet area? Anyone that you've seen and been like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm standing next to.
Well, Governor Whitmer.
Governor Whitmer?
Was a big one yesterday.
You couldn't
I love
believe
her.
you were standing next to your own representative?
I know. I voted for her, and I was like, wow, she's right there.
Look at that. You
yeah,
voted
which is
her
pretty
onto the
cool.
carpet.
Yeah.
Excellent, excellent. Any parting remarks? Anything you want to say to the people at home? This
Stay
coming election?
tuned. The DNC is going to be really exciting, and there's a lot more to come. And vote blue in November.
Excited about Kamala?
Yes.
All right, let's do it.
We're just looking around, and it's all new to us. Yeah.
Good. Yeah.
Who
Well,
are you here with?
I'm the DNC Media Logistics teacher.
Okay.
So yeah, I used to intern for them, and I was able to kind of do this during the most exciting convention.
Well, we got approved to go on the floor, so
Good.
we're hoping to bring our stream with us and everything.
Please let me know. Third floor.
Okay. He's going down at 5. I'm at 6.
All right.
Yeah.
When you say going down, do you mean?
We got approved, confirmed for the 30-minute block.
Oh, for the floor?
Yeah.
Okay, definitely. I hope
Why,
you
where
get
else
as
can you
much-
take us?
I can take you up through there's stand-up positions on the third, so you get it's higher up, but it's still an incredible view.
Can
And
you get us there? Like,
Any
right
backstage place you can take us, we're cool. We're
Really?
down.
Okay. Yes,
Wherever you
please,
can get us.
Please look for me. Our range is 310 to like 320 or 315
Okay.
area. Yeah.
Cool. All right,
No, I'd be
cool.
happy to.
When can we find
It's just
you?
for our viewers to
sorry?
see.
When can we find you?
I'm working from now until 11. Until
Can you
close.
take us around right now?
I'm gonna see. I've checked with my team, but again, please, I will be to give you that number, 315, 316. That's where I will be.
What is that? What is 315,
It's unassigned
316?
press seating, so you guys are all
Oh, we
welcome
sat up there last night.
Yeah, I imagine that's where you saw all the speeches and
Yeah.
everything.
Okay.
Yeah, so I can take you. I mean, there's unassigned press seating, but then there's like stand-up positions, which are just where all the big flashy cameras are, and if you want to see where some of the news networks are taking
Yeah, like
interviews.
C-SPAN and stuff.
Yeah,
'Cause we love to take the viewers to show them because
Definitely,
people are excited for this.
definitely,
Yeah. These are
yes.
people who aren't watching the news.
No,
They're-
they are not. They are not. Should they be? What's your perspective
No,
on
let
that?
us.
Mainstream?
We want them to pay attention, but however they get their news, as long as it's the real deal.
I know, it's amazing. I mean, you saw all the different news outlets, they've got their suites.
Yeah.
For some reason, Fox has 2, and it just says Fox Democracy channel, which I don't know, seems new and novel to me.
I don't know about
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, we will see. Exactly. But yeah, it was a pleasure to get to know you guys, and my name's Annika again. I'll
Annika.
be
Annika,
on
okay.
the 3rd floor area.
We'll keep an eye out, yeah.
Yeah, thank you. Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Bye. That's
Clinching
nice.
us the special access.
Yeah, hopefully she'll hook us
Yeah,
up.
I mean, watched my videos in class.
Oh,
In
did
class?
You?
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
so
dope.
her own teacher's upset with you. You're on. It's like turf wars.
Yeah.
You guys are fighting for.
Well, hey, shout out to all the history teachers out there who play my stuff. I appreciate you. I do.
You guys are having fights over the attention of students that aren't even yours.
Well, it's a fight.
You're winning.
A constant fight for their attention. So you got to do whatever you can.
Yeah.
No, but if it's a more entertaining way for the teacher to share the information and then go into something else and build off that, it hooks them in. Why not?
Yeah, the students get tired of their teacher talking like my.
Right. It's
my
fun to
students-
watch a YouTube video.
my
Imagine your
students-
teacher showed you a YouTube video.
My students did not care.
Did you ever show
about
them
me.
YouTube videos?
Yeah.
I did. I forced them to watch my own videos, and they
Your
were just
own
like, this
video.
guy again. Yeah, they were so sick of me. But to other kids, it's novel. So
That's cool.
yeah.
I just think it's great to bring in that new media into the classroom. And
Yeah, they've been doing that for years.
Okay.
Socialist teachers are hip these days. They're
Okay,
the coolest
listen.
teachers. Yeah.
When I was in school, it was the projector and the TV rolled in, you know.
I remember those days as well.
Okay.
It sucked.
Yeah, it was boring.
I had some pretty bad history teachers, to be honest. A couple good ones, but a lot of them were there to coach, not
Coach the football
not to
team
teach
and they
social
teach.
studies.
Yeah,
like
that's their side gig. That's funny. Yeah. Well, we're just looking for people here in the hallway, guys. So bear with us. It's kind of guerrilla streaming and interviewing here. But Mr. Beat's very popular.
Popular guy. Yeah. I imagine you'll get some love too. I'm sure you've already gotten a couple people.
I had one person recognize me from Jubilee, which was interesting because I wouldn't expect people to recognize me from that. But yeah, let's see.
I don't even know if the stream is live. I gotta keep this shit up.
I saw it live a couple minutes ago. I was just a way for you to know how much battery's on the laptop.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I was really pleasantly surprised with how little we used on the last
Okay.
time. So. Let's take a look.
So is he just cycling people in over here?
I think. You may want to get his attention because he said that there were people coming to speak. I don't know if he meant you and Mr. Beat or what, but
let's see.
What'd you guys talk about?
There's a thing called like the DNC. I don't even know if it's like a thing or whatever. Apparently, yeah.
Irrelevant.
Yeah, no. And it's just like sensory overload. There's Brett Baer from Fox right there. Where?
He's like a cartoon character.
Yeah,
like
I'm
carved
actually-
from granite.
I'm actually not that big of a fan. I used to be a fan of his, but I think he has slipped away from his more establishment journalism, become more partisan.
He's got the swagger.
No, he's like chiseled from rock. He looks like a
He
movie
is.
star.
I didn't realize he was always broad-shouldered, whatever,
Right.
but he has that strut. Yeah,
his face is like carved.
Yeah, 100%.
We're talking about what really matters.
Exactly.
Brett Baer from Fox News.
How?
There's geometry, space geometry.
Yeah. Chris Wallace was always the best.
That's inappropriate, guys.
Let's see.
The kid who was dancing to Not Like Us at the Georgia rally, remember that guy? He was
The
here.
one who confronted Charlie Kirk?
Yes, he was here.
Is that him?
Where?
Is that him? Right there.
Yes. Oh, where the grab one? He gave me a. We're live streaming. We have 1,000 people watching.
Oh, fuck yeah. Oh, fuck yeah. You gotta be careful. You never know. Progressive.
Oh, no, we're not trying to troll.
No, I know.
We're, do you know Pondering Politics and
I
Mr.
know
B?
you. I know you, Mr. B. I would watch your videos in high school to help myself learn.
Thanks for watching.
Absolutely.
You're a big star. This happened overnight. Did you see? Like, how's it feel just to be this, viral
It's a little
sensation? What's it
overwhelming.
like?
It's a little overwhelming, but it's a great opportunity to uplift youth organizing, encourage young people to get involved. I've got a bunch of young delegates out here. We got an 18-year-old delegate from Georgia. So I just want to show young people that it's possible. We need you in these spaces. We need you involved. We need you engaged because you can make the difference. You win campaigns by knocking doors. And let me tell you, I've seen a couple of determined teenagers flip a state house race more than times than I can count on my fingers.
Damn. How did you become the leader of the Young Democrats in Georgia? Is that what it is?
So I've been involved in this since I was 14 or 15. I was an intern for John Ossoff's congressional campaign when he ran in 2017 and he lost. But you know what? He ended up doing something pretty good.
Dusted himself
He
off.
dusted himself off. And I dusted myself off too. I started a high school Democrats chapter, worked on state house race, became Georgia High School Democrats chair, went off to college. Somebody asked me to be their vice president for Young Democrats. My good friend Bryce Berry, and then Bryce Berry, who is a middle school math teacher, decided to resign and run for state house against an anti-education incumbent who switched their party from Democrat to Republican and is in a 93% Democrat district. Oh yeah, and in the primary he got 1,900 votes and she got 114.
Damn, what's the
Bryce Berry for GA.com.
What's the future for you? What do you want to do with your life? You got so much runway ahead of you.
I want to make a change and I want to make Georgia a better place. There's a whole lot of progress that needs to be made. Georgia State's Constitution says you cannot remove, change, or alter any Confederate monuments. I live in DeKalb County. DeKalb County is a beautiful, beautiful place, and it is also the home to the world's largest Confederate monument in a town which is overwhelmingly African American. It lives in the shadow of the world's largest Confederate monuments with a Confederate flag still flying and streets with the names of Confederate generals still plastered all over, and it's frustrating.
Dude, you're fired up. I love your energy, man.
I love my other delegates on the floor.
No
I hope I
worries.
see y'all.
Thank you for your
I love your
service.
content,
Oh.
Mr. B.
Yeah, hey, thank you. We appreciate you, bro. We love you. Dude, that energy's next level.
You can tell he's been talking all day.
Hot box, hot box.
Yo, that guy he was fired up. Holy.
Yeah, something about like political people, man. Once you get them on their groove,
He's
comes
like
out of nowhere.
but
he had none at the beginning too.
No,
When you were
he
teasing
thought
him,
I was
he's
trolling.
Like, what? And then
Listen, when I went up to him, he was suspicious. He thought I was like from some alternative media to try to troll him or something. So that's why he was a little reluctant. He looked at my past and he read Progressive Victory and he said, "Okay, yeah, hell yeah, let's go." So he was a little like, "Hey, what's
you
up,
must
man?"
get a lot of flack. Hey, it's you again. Going. Good to see you, Matt. I do follow you.
Your name again?
Kyler. I follow you on Twitter. I didn't realize that till last night.
It's IRI.
You talking shit on there, dude.
Yeah, so you're on my feed, and I was like, I went to follow you because I was like, I already met the guy. I was like, I already did. I was like, oh.
Nice.
So,
I appreciate that. Yeah. I don't.
How was the seats? How were the seats?
We got up to we got up to the press section, and there was like press only seating in like 318 or something. It was great. We stretched our shit out, had some hot dogs, and enjoyed the show.
Better than a Bulls game. Are you guys live right now?
We are.
Yeah, we are.
Sorry, I didn't.
Sorry.
No, we're just talking to anybody.
I should have let you know.
Yeah.
We're just grabbing anybody, you know.
How's your day going today? Better than yesterday?
I'm a lot less tired.
Yeah.
I didn't go to like the events earlier today. Is that one Harry guy?
Oh, Harry Sisson.
I don't know. Yeah.
Oh, is that who it is?
I think so. He's a big TikTok guy.
Seems like a young Seth MacFarlane.
We lost Josiah.
You went to the bathroom and you never saw
like I'm obligated to be
You
on
probably
there.
saw somebody you knew. I gotta go to the bathroom too.
We gotta talk to them earlier. They were interviewing.
I'll wait a minute though.
Chill.
My little sister.
Wow, this is exciting, man. I'm so excited for these guys watching because like they're probably looking around and seeing all these faces they recognize. 'Cause I see people I recognize, but I can't place it and I don't know their names. So
Oh, I can see how
this is dope.
Like on Snapchat. So, because I have. What's her name? My name's Marissa. Okay. So, one sec.
I'm just looking.
Did decide
You need a monopod. That'd be great.
Marissa, thanks for watching my stuff. I ran into your
Gimbo,
brother here.
yeah, it gets iffy.
I don't
but
mean to make you feel jealous or anything, but I ran into him twice. So maybe I'll see him tomorrow too. But anyway, thanks for watching my
The TikTok children. The TikTok kids.
My bot. It's kind of technically. But
Yeah, this is work. Isn't that funny? This is
probably
right.
We're into that. I'll head over there.
All right, cool. We'll see you around.
Let's get on with your.
See you, Kyla.
Thanks, bro. Appreciate you.
Okay, so remind me again who this is. What's his name again?
I think this woman is an abortion activist. I think. I don't know, but Harry Sisson. You know, I think that's.
I've heard of him.
Yeah.
So, what? But like, what's his like?
Oh, he's like Gen Z
social media
influencer. Yeah.
Okay.
They do a lot of like get invited to the White House, do a lot of Democratic Party content and stuff like that.
Oh,
he's like the face of Gen Z with the Democrats.
Okay.
In a lot of ways.
Yeah. Very cool. Yeah. Getting a lot of delegates in. Coming in.
And I think the woman is this abortion activist named Juliana, who got famous for the Texas abortion ruling. She like fought with Matt Gaetz. She's
like a fist fight?
No, on Twitter. She got like trolled like by her appearance or something by Matt Gaetz, and
oh my god,
she became a star, and everybody like rallied for her.
Okay.
I think that's who it is.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
So keep it moving, I think.
Well, I don't want to lose Josiah.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, where did he go? Oh, bathroom.
He went to the bathroom, but he probably ran into somebody.
Yeah, probably.
I really don't know. That was it a while ago that he went?
I haven't seen him in about 5 minutes at least. So.
All right, well, I'm moving away so I can get you guys in frame. No,
I
stop.
thought we're gonna move. We can go. We can start moving. All right, let's keep walking. He disappeared, so I don't know. Unless he went number 2.
Okay, where we going next?
We'll just keep walking and see if we run into anything, I guess. He'll be able to pull up the stream and find us.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't have the answer for that. All right. Good luck, Godspeed. It's becoming a challenge, folks. Starting to get a little packed.
Elevator or you can here?
Let's do the stairs. Is that okay?
A lot of people on the move. A lot of busy people.
Nice hat.
Yeah, no.
Do my best to get these boys.
good, very good half. Best half and the whole convention.
You got it. Yes. The illustrious IRI water fountain break. Yeah, we caught it, folks. We caught it on video.
You gotta keep your whistle wet.
Yeah, you gotta keep it wet. Is your whistle wet?
Hey, can I get a ride?
Sufficiently?
For what?
For speaking.
Oh, yeah.
Well, maybe we should head back towards the media area. It seems like there's less people over here.
True, yeah.
So let's head back that way. Mercy.
Once more, please.
I always get a kick out of quiet rooms.
Yeah, I think it's a great thing. It's a quiet train, the car on the train.
Yeah, I mean, it's never quiet, but
Yeah,
at least they try.
One person. But yeah, the attempt is appreciated.
Yes.
All right, sorry guys, we're just moving. Hoping to find more people.
Hey, no apologies. There's plenty of action here.
Okay, yeah. I'm sure they recognize people too as they walk by.
Hey, look. How you doing?
What time are you at 5?
Oh, that's right when it begins. An hour. 1 hour.
Probably good to like get something to eat.
So we got 1 hour
Stuck
till
behind a hot box.
the hot box.
Yeah. Taking it easy. Was that we got an hour before we go on the floor? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Good, because I'm going to need to charge some camera batteries for something on energy plan.
We can hang out over in here.
All right, let's try not to do a commercial for Pepsi this time. There we go. So we'll do Think Big. Yeah. Is that really how you feel? Screw Pepsi?
I don't drink Pepsi. I don't.
After all that money they paid you?
Did they? I'm so sorry.
You got some whiskey? You got some sconsies?
Yeah. You got it. Love to see it.
There he is. He was hiding from us all along. Ooh. Get out! Get out of my set.
No.
Alright, let's see where we can fit this. I prefer to move this light over here. But then we got a honking cable. These cables. Flip.
Sorry.
It should be. Don't let it happen again. Good for my legs. Wow. Wow. She's spicy. Why is my leg so hot? Yeah. After Matt, we might have Tom Perez in a second. Tom Perez? Streamers? I have no idea. I think you're being serious. I have no time for sarcasm, people. But yeah, just make sure someone's ready. Honestly, I will get you people, don't worry. All right. Time to go back to the good way. I'm a politics guy.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I didn't listen. I only know that because I was listening.
All right, you're in luck, chat. It's time.
That sounds like
Time for Glenda Goodmike. Now let's just get some humans on camera. All right. Not terribly eventful, but it was fun. Fun to stretch our legs, get out and stretch our legs a little bit. How you guys doing? It's time! Yeah, it's a chair stream for a moment. I could sit in front of it, but I don't know. I kind of like skulking in the shadows. What's been your favorite content so far? Do you guys like some of these interviews? Uh-oh. Unless you just want to take a break, you let me know. You just look pretty while I speak.
Thank you. So I got to meet Jessica Tarlov. Let's talk about that. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm done. I'm done having my fanboy moment. Or am I? Probably not. It's okay. Yeah. So, ran into some cool people. Saw Dan Pfeiffer from Pod Save America in the message box. Hopefully we'll be able to get him over. Yeah, it's crazy stuff. Christine Pelosi, Speaker Emerita's daughter, Nancy Pelosi's daughter. Yeah. Do we have any questions from chat? Is that a thing? Yeah. Remind me to duct tape my glasses case to my face on the way out.
Oh yeah, yesterday. I failed you too.
I wasn't going to hold it against you. You had a lot going on.
Well, I mean, you shouldn't also because, you know, it just means we have something else in common.
That's true, that we both forgot my glasses case? Yeah, but it's only my glasses case. I mean, what was your excuse, this guy?
I forgot your
Yeah.
glasses case, just like you. All right, let's take a look.
Let's see. So over at the Fox table, Kayleigh McEnany is over there. Former.
Is that where you were? You disappeared for a minute.
Yeah, I just walked out the area. Saw Dan Pfeiffer from Pod Save America, of whom I am a big fan. And I told him, I said, hey, we've got a thing going over here. Would you find the time? He's like, yeah, if I can find the time, I'll pop over. And I said,
That's
we're
a
on the
nice way to
corner.
put it, yeah.
Yeah. So we'll have to you know. Maybe he's
I wish we
nearby.
had like a viewer count that we could display here of like.
That's probably not a good idea.
It's like, no?
I don't know.
No, just so people are like, wait a second, that's how many people are watching? You know, because they have no idea.
We don't want to get rid of that chair totally, do we? What about now?
Although for now, you guys could just move that outer chair. Just like.
We have a lot of space on this side.
What about now? Are we good enough?
Okay, I'm gonna get something to eat in a moment.
Yeah.
So you went over to the Fox desk and saw what they were up to?
Yeah, so Brett Bayer's over there, Juan Williams, Kayleigh McEnany, and I think Britt Hume.
Okay.
Yeah.
Those are some rock stars.
That's a phrase for them. Not exact. Well, I like Juan Williams. Juan Williams is like the he's a Democrat and he's liberal commentator, so that's something.
There's the news team, and then there's the opinion talking heads. I would say Brett Baer is like a news guy.
Okay, but here's the thing. Brett Baer,
He's a useful pawn, don't get me wrong.
You guys want to take a break for an hour?
Yes, please.
All right. Let him know. We're going to take a break. We'll be back.
Folks, we are going to take a break for like maybe an hour, maybe a little bit less, but we've got to eat and recharge.
Mr. Beat is going to go on the floor. He got approved as well. At 5, I believe.
Oh, perfect.
So we'll go back for that, I guess.
Glad all these other people are going to the floor.
You just got to apply.
Yeah, it's fine. We'll get down there.